Hello, everybody. Hopefully everyone is doing good today. It's Shatterdaze. There's cats being kitties. So, all right. So, let's get a joint rolled and see where the day takes us, huh? Shan't we? Shan. We shan. All right. There we go. All right. So, hopefully everyone out there has had a decent week. Their weekend has been going well. Still staying safe is, I think, the #1 goal at this point. I think a lot of us have just said fuck it at this point, and that's no good. I still care. Be safe out there, man. Let's see, meow. And I figure, we're already done with this bullshit, but it's not ready to be done with us. So the quicker we, I don't even know. It's an uphill battle, ain't it? But let's roll up. That always helps. So. I don't even know what I am rolling up right now. I am rolling up some lavender. The old lavender. Doesn't smell very lavendery, but it's a good name, I guess. It's not purple either, so I don't know why it's called lavender, but. My slow ass rolling skills. I may be slow, but I get it done properly. There we go. All I know is I haven't fucked up a joint since I started growing my hair out, that's for sure. Longer than that. Maybe a year or two longer than that. So it's been a long time since I fucked up a joint. If I start feeling like I'm going to fuck up a joint, I'm like, okay, god damn it, I fucked up this joint because I was supposed to put use the hash paper I just had, but oh well. We're still good. It still counts. It's still Shatterdaze. It's a long day. I'm sure I'll roll another. Hopefully everyone's doing good. It's fucking like 100 degrees here in Denver. When you're a mile high and it's fucking 100 degrees out, low humidity. I guess that's good. I guess high humidity would make it feel worse, but it's just, I don't know, man. I'm not made for this heat. Too fuzzy for this heat. Getting too furry and fuzzy, and it's just not my thing anymore. Mickey D, what's up, dude? You got what, 4 days, 3 days? Happy birthday to you. Hopefully all is well. All right. So yes, well, I tried to act my way out of it, but I've totally lost days. It's not the first time I've lost days. Clearly, that's a standard with me. What is a day? So 3 days, yes, Mickey D. And if you're I'm driving home with you, if on the way home from a massage, you know, I've never gotten a massage from, like, never paid for one. I've not had, I've had extreme. I don't know if I've ever had a very desirable massage from anyone I've ever dated, or, you know, a friend. There's no friends, no chicks I've ever dated that gave a good massage. I've never paid for a good massage. So in my mind, I've never had a real massage, legit. Uh, I would be. I'm just. I don't know how relaxed I could ever get with somebody fucking, like, touching my back. I'm like, yeah, just, you know what, man? Give me a hot tub and a blunt, and I'm good, dude. That's my exchange. One day I'll get me a hot tub, a sleep deprivation tank, a whole bunch of fucking DMT. I won't even need a massage, son. No, just joking. Just joking. Yeah. Just, I don't know. I've just never had a massage, and it's just weird to have, like, a stranger, like, I don't know if I could do that either, like, rub people down. I feel like I'm good at giving massages, but that's like an intimate. It's like the whole Pulp Fiction thing, where it's like, that's a pretty intimate thing to do, you know? Nah, it's a massage. You give anybody a massage, and it's like, yeah, you wouldn't rub some dude's feet. So I don't know. If you wouldn't do it to somebody else without it being awkward, why? I don't know. I'll tell you what, though. I wouldn't mind seeing a fucking chiropractor and a masseuse and a fucking, like, hot tub and a sleep deprivation tank, and so yeah, it's all good and it's all self healing, so that's not bad. I got a snag of one on the way home, Mickey. That's cool. So now, Liam, you confused me yesterday, man. I thought it was Saturday and I missed your whole vid. That's the second time this month. I did it last month too. I thought it was 7:10 on 7:11 because I started seeing posts that were, like, from the day before. I'm like, oh, it's 7:10. And I'm like, I should post. So I mean, but what's the big deal? I'm just on more, I guess. It is Saturday today, right? It is Shatterdaze today. The thing is I'm not losing days. I'm gaining days. I thought I was supposed to be at work today, and fucking yeah, so that's great, because gaining a day kicks ass. It's when you lose a day, you're like, what the fuck? But so, you know, I try to cook really big meals and freeze them all for myself throughout the week to eat as lunches, and I just have, like, my freezer filled with all these dope ass frozen meals I've cooked myself and made them all sick. I've learned that actually is kick ass. But I notice I try to do, like, a meal or two every day on my day off to cook and freeze. I lost a fucking day, or I thought I did. So I'm like, why am I fucking? I was cooking like 6 hours yesterday and getting all this shit done. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? That's what happens when you live a life of 2 days off, and 2 days is not enough time for people, dude. Even if you don't have long days that you work, but you only have 2 days off, like you only work a few hours a day, it's still a day that you have to devote part of your time, break your concentration, and you can't relax truly. So I'm like, fuck that, dude. 3 days is king. You gotta get at least 3 days off and some vacation time. And you know why you're at it? Fucking just fuck society. Fuck this whole shit. That's what I think. I think everybody deserves at least a year off to discover who they are, what they truly care about, what they want to be, what they could be, self-reflection on the things that they should have, could have, would have done, but not wallow in it, but, you know, self-reflection time. It's a shame we don't all get at least a year of our lives. We're expected to push that off until the end. All right. CIPH, Sife. Hey, Venom, what's going down, dude? Todd, hey, man, you're awesome. You're awesome, man. Thank you. Hello from Thornton. I'm not far from Thornton. If that's Thornton, Colorado, I'm a Denver man myself. So 5280 all the way. But yeah, good on it. Mickey D, 3 days off would be so dope. So I do 3 10s and have 3 days or 4 10s and then 3 days off, which is nice because I used to do pretty much 5 10s and 2 days off. And at some point, I'm like, I don't care about the extra money. I'm not a money person, dude. Maker, how's it, dude? Howdy doody. Todd, Colorado, just moved there from Louisiana. Love it. My sister is really into Louisiana. I like Anne Rice, and I like Mardi Gras. No, I don't actually like Mardi Gras because I've never been. I'm just saying things that sound like I know what's going on, and I don't. But fucking yeah, man. That's cool, dude. I like Down. They're from fucking there, so good call. But yeah. I'm very biased to Colorado, but I'm from Denver and I always have been, so that helps. Thornton's great. I like Thornton. So, see, Mardi Gras isn't that awesome, says Todd. Wait, Mardi Gras isn't that awesome. It's awesome if you like to party and drink. So, maybe me a long time ago would have liked it more. I love to party and drink if the atmosphere is right, but I like mostly music festivals. And I've come to learn that I will go to any concert, I will go to any festival, but I definitely have my ones I like more. And I don't go to many. I'm making it sound like I go to a bunch. I don't. I'm just saying the ones I've gone to are some of the best times I've had, and I wish I would go to more. Voodoo's cool, says Todd. Well, yeah, that's pretty synonymous. And all those, forget the lady. Okay, there is. Oh, it's right there. I don't think you guys can see it because of this. Barely. Okay, see this purple blip that looks like the size of a... But really, it's a voodoo doll from that Madam... What's her fuck face? She'll probably hex me for that shit. But that voodoo house in that place off that street. Louisiana. Yeah, I have a voodoo doll. It didn't work. She's still alive. All right, Mickey D. What's that ICP festival again? The Gathering of the Juggalos. I have gone to that festival, but God, I'm looking at where I have my ticket. You're talking 20 years ago. No, 15 plus years ago. Sorry, Voodoo the festival. Oh, I like Voodoo. I don't know the Voodoo festival. I don't actually know too many festivals. Haven't been to many. I want to go. They're expensive. There's at least 3 or 4 I know I'd like to go to. But again, some of them aren't even because of the music. It's just because I want to go. Like, I would love to go to, like, Burning Man just because it seems like awesome place to, like, people fucking set the dude on fire. Well, I heard it's not what it was, but, like, build crazy shit out in the middle of the desert and get all fucked up and party. But I'm not a big fan of... I want to, like, EDM a lot more. It'd be a lot easier to get along with people. And, like, be like, yeah, I'm not against it. It's hard. It's hard for me to get into. But also, my cousin did the Envision Festival in Costa Rica. I love Psycho Las Vegas. I've always wanted to do the 70 Tons of Metal. I mean, yeah, you name... dude, Germany has, like, 10... That Wacken Festival, fucking all these crazy festivals in Germany with, like... So, I mean, I would spend my whole time... One of my big goals is how to figure out just to make a living popping around from concerts and it's hard, especially now saying this in the middle of all this shit, but concerts, festivals, cannabis cups, just public events, which is a hard thing to do right now. But my goal is to, that's my big goals of reaching out. Outreach is I want to do things in that area. It's fun. That's where I find the most enjoyment in life, and we're all got a predetermined date, so you got to spend as much time either doing the things you love or trying to do the things you love. Otherwise, you're destined not to do anything you love. You know what I mean? So, Liam, fuck EDM. I am trying. I'm trying, but I can't tell you. If you give me good, I know I've heard okay bands, but like when it's mostly festivals, I'm like, oh, I want to go. Like I wanted to see my cousin's festival, so I'd look up the bands that were playing it. Like, I don't know, it blends together. I'm sure if you're not into any type of music, it all blends together. And I'm not into it, but I know one thing about hip hop, rap, electronic bass, EDM driven dub, any of that shit, glitch hop, you name it. If it's made, and this is my opinion, you need to listen to it on a good subwoofer. That music isn't made to hear. That music is made to feel. Fucking shaking the room, and like, that's what makes it cool to me. As a bass player, I also lean to that low fucking harmonic range, you know? So that's more my thing. And then like, yeah, so, yep. Makers. New monitor 4 days ago. Amazing specs for the money. Also got it half off. That's fucking sick, Nick. Yeah, that's Nick, right? Maker? You just changed your name, right? All right. But yes, Maker. 4K and 144 hertz for 180. What size? But yeah, fucking Todd, love the skateboard in the corner. Yes, that is the most stoner skateboard you will ever find, man. I spent a lot of time, probably more money than I should have, making that the ultimate stoner skateboard. I have a video on it, which is way too long for anybody to ever reasonably watch the whole thing. But you could jump through it and see me put together all the pieces of that skateboard. I mean, the wheels, the trucks, the bearings, the grip tape, the skateboard itself, shit, you name it. I only rode it once, downtown Denver, smoking a blunt with like a gram or two of hash in it. Great times. Ragnar, good to have you, man. Liam, fuck EDM. Like I said, I'm not saying that by any means. John, Diego. No, I can't read the name. Galdalgo. I got a lot of glare. I let it go up too high. What's up, brother? How are you living? I'm doing pretty fucking well today. Things are going as good as ever. Things are going good. For some reason, every time when I start growing plants, things in my life start looking more positive. And it's because of me from the inside out. I start having a positive outlook on responsibility. My time schedule starts, okay, I got to get up. I got to fucking water plants. That means I should water me and drink some fucking coffee anymore. Get up early, do things. So it gets me in the schedule that is positive and gets me in a positive outlook, and immediately things start going every time. So I highly recommend anybody out there, grow a plant. They'll do things for you. It's weird. I've always lived a very materialistic life where that's not even something I would think that's kind of stupid. But it's fucking true, dude. And like I said, even if it's just a change in you and what you have to do to take care of that plant, that change in you is a positive change that will make reactions happen. So, all right, Leah, oh, okay, hold on. Mickey D, I like EDM more these days than I did when I was a teenager. Yeah, you were a punker. But I don't, there's so much of it out there, it's a broad spectrum. Which brings me to the next comment. Liam, do you mean electronic dance music in general or the genre? Okay, if it is a genre in particular and there's only ones where you have to be dancey, when I say EDM, I mean a pretty broad spectrum. And some is okay. I like sci-dub and some shit like that because it's like, no, I like making it, but it's okay. I enjoy all music. It's different. I will play a country song that I would never just sit there and bump. You know what I mean? 27-inch, Nick. Good call. Thank you. KMK board. It's pretty damn close, huh? It's actually a Cabbage Pot Kids, but that's pretty funny too. Nick, I dead ass want to get a skateboard like that. Dude, I like that one. I don't think I'm ever gonna skate it. I have three skateboards. I don't know if I'm ever gonna skate it. One I have for sentimental values. One I have for there, and one I have it signed by Colt Cannon, Mark Appleyard, and Caswell Berry. So I'm like, I don't want to fucking skate that. So I don't have a skateboard right now. The skateboard broke my. All right, Mickey D. Fink has the Potleaf skateboard, and Baker has one that says baked. That's cool. Oh, I found a bunch. My favorite all-time skateboard that's a stoner board is the Cheech and Chong Flip Tom Penny board. But they didn't have a 775 anymore because it's fucking 2020. And I wanted a 775 to match my trucks and blah, blah. I go in way too much detail on that in the video. Scythe. Hey, Venom, where did you get all that yellow and red silicone stuff? I like it. To be 100% honest, most of it I got on Amazon. But I got a lot as gifts and shit too. From like family people I know. This is a resin, like a hard plastic resin that a friend of mine's wife made, shit like that. I am personally pretty much done with Amazon. They just suck fucking so much dick. And I liked the convenience, but I'm starting to figure out cheaper other places too most of the time. And they're just fucking. I can't keep giving money to the richest man in the world who's not gonna ever fucking help the world, and unless it's gonna make him a fucking god, I'm sure. And that's just it. It's my outlook. So I'm like, I can't keep consciously throwing. I've done it. I'm not against it. If anyone else does it, it's just I want to consciously stop using that fucking service. Although it's all fucked, so it doesn't matter. It's kind of like shining the brass on the Titanic. It's just a waste of time. So I might still use Amazon. I don't know. And it's who cares? All right, John. So weird you say that. Growing does the same for me. It's crazy. Growing, and I mean, I'm not a spirit. I've never been. I came from a very. My mom's really into vibes and energies and feeling shit, or she was. She hasn't talked much about it in the last fucking 10 years because the world's fucking destroyed everybody's self-esteem and spirit. Hope, no, I'm just joking. She's still a very positive outlook person. I guess I haven't talked to her about it in a long time, or I haven't heard her talk about it. But she used to be a very energy-bound, spiritual person, and I was a very materialistic, atheist, fucking anti-everything. And eventually, I think when you live with that long enough, that nothing's real, nothing can be true. Science is the only thing that could possibly answer anything. And without a scientific answer, it's just bullshit. After a while, you start realizing that science has many, many limitations. The basis of science is how much it doesn't know. That's why science is so wise. That's one of the great things about it. Is if you look into it hard enough, the biggest thing is it acknowledges its self-flaws. That's why scientific reason means trial and error. It doesn't mean people who use science as a way of like judging other people's lives and telling them things that don't exist. That's a flaw in the user, not the practice. Science is really good at making crap, but it's not good at determining philosophies, in my opinion. Recommendations to get diamonds in Denver, Todd. I don't. I think I've talked about this. I've smoked diamonds. I had like an ounce of diamonds at one time. I'm like, God damn. And but I've never like had them for myself to just blaze them up. but they're dope. You know, I was doing so many dabs of everything that they were good. They didn't have as much flavor as I'd hoped. That's why normally you'll see dab diamonds in sauce because the sauce has the flavor. The dabs have the fucking extreme potency, so they mix them. Fuck. So no, I'm sorry. Uh, my goal is to get as far away from dispensaries as possible because I've had so many negative experiences with them. So that's a hard thing to be like. I go to the Green Sativa off Pecos because it's cheap, and I can tell you they have always par to subpar pot, but they're cheap and it's always there, and it's not far. And I just get into a habit of. But my goal is I'm now growing plants. I got 4 green cracks. I got 4 green crack babies coming up right now. So. And then I'm going to start doing a circle of cloning that. That's my goal. I went to Apothecary today. Nice stuff. That's good. I'm always on the lookout. Nick, drum and bass. Yeah, I kind of don't mind drum and bass. Nick also says, I better start. I'm losing them. My answers are taking too long. Normally I have not enough comments and I talk for 20 minutes before I get them. All right. John, it's like a miracle. Like Miracle Level. I feel ya. I'm a city boy. I am too. Yeah. Oh wait, I missed the top part. So where did you say the craziness? Oh yeah, it's like a miracle with the growing, and when you're a city person, you lose that connection of how it affects things. Definitely lost on me as well. I'm just lucky. Like I said, I had parents who at least took me to the mountains a couple times, and I didn't totally lose it. And being from Denver, you're always kind of close to nature, even if you're in the Denver area, like I am, which as urban as Colorado is. All right. 2012 was the golden age of EDM and dubstep, says Nick. Uh, I want to try it more, but mostly I've always wanted to try it more just to connect with people more. Well, that's not true. I have multiple reasons. I want to be able to play anything or at least listen to things and comprehend different styles of music to incorporate it into my own. You know, you can't play, I play things that were probably installed in there somewhere over a lifetime of hearing every combination of melody subconsciously packed away. It unlocks itself somewhere. I think being a kid listening to as much music as possible will help you later on, whether you know it or not. It's subconscious. All right, Todd, Apothecary. I'll have to try it out, but like I said, I just go for cheap because I'm broke. I'm just a broke fucker. But once you start growing for yourself, you know it's kind of like cooking for yourself. It turns out better and it's cheaper. Yeah. Todd, I'll pay you for the Bark Appleyard signature. Love him so much. So I had he signed it. They all signed it like pieces of shit. There was a line. It was like back in like 2004 or something, 2006 maybe, but somewhere in there, maybe a little bit. Like that sounds about right in that time. Maybe 2004 probably. Let's go with that. And dude, he was so swamped. You could tell they were just get the fuck out of here. They literally were like throwing the boards back at people pretty much. And I'm like, okay. I just waited like an hour to watch a demo and then get in line, and then you were kind of a douche, but whatever. And they weren't a douche to me. They were just being unhappy. You could tell it was hot as fuck and whatever. All right. Nate just finished up a grow. Never been happier now than in my life. Every time you finish a grow, here's to a happy harvest. Nothing better. Good on it, Nate. Yeah, that's the best feeling in the world. John, sell it for $600. If I could probably get $600, but I'd be ripping somebody off because they're dicks. They paid it. They did do great on that. Mickey D, I miss your mom and John. Haven't seen them since I worked at King Supers a few years ago. They're doing okay. you know, this pandemic's been hard on everybody, but they're doing okay. John, oh shit, preach. Let me find. Wait. Let me find you some sage. Wait. You really another sage, huh? You really another sage. I'm just. I already said I was talking to someone last night. I told her, I'm like, as soon as the beard hits my chest, I just gotta start a cult. Or a. There's nothing wrong with the word cult. I think cult has been bastardized, especially since most organized anything's become a cult. But a group. I think commune sounds bad too. Commune sounds like we're gonna all drink fucking what is it? Kool-Aid that kills you. I guess Kool-Aid, just fast acting Kool-Aid. Uh, anyway, but yeah, let's see. Mickey D, I'm rolling a joint of in with my moon rocks mixed in. Yeah, even just a little bit of that up at the top and melt it down. Make that shit last a long time. Probably be badass. Todd, I appreciate your honesty. Oh yeah, about the signature thing. Yeah, dude, fucking. Well, if you saw it, you'd be like, okay, which one signed what? I'd be like, dude, they signed it badly. They signed it very badly. You can go online and like match them up and see that they are them, but they probably signed 1,000 that day after doing demos in like 90 to 100-degree heat. I kind of got it, but at the same time, I was in 100-degree heat to watch them do a demo. It's the only demo I ever went to, and that's probably why. And I dragged my friend, and he had such a terrible time and fucking hated me for it. So I'm like, I appreciate it, but whatever. Jesus, what up, May? Not much, dude. Hopefully all is well. Yeah, Todd. He was so famous in the early 2000s. So cool. So he was swamped, dude, and he was just so popular. It was just a year or two before he was Skater of the Year, I think. So I mean, I got it right before that. I mean, he was big. It was Caswell Berry, Colt, yeah, Colt Cannon, Mark Appleyard, Caswell Berry, because it was Element and someone else and Flip or something. It was a fucking teams. It was such a long. I was young and fucked up, but I do have the board. Where is the board? Should be in this room. Should be in here. I also was young and stupid once and throwing shit around and smacked it against the wall. But it's a skateboard. It's in fine shape. It's just scratched up a little too. All right. Mickey D just got my Heath Ledger Joker Girl skateboard. I think I've seen that. That's cool. Yeah, I know you're a big Batman fan, and the Joker. The cool thing about Batman is he's got like probably the best villains. You know what I mean? I had one of my favorite comic books, graphic novels, whatever of all time is, and I have a lot. Haven't read one in like 20 years now. It's been a long time. But is what? God damn it, Arkham Asylum, which is loosely what the game was based off of, I believe. But Arkham Asylum, the graphic novel, and it kind of shows how all of them are like psychologically different parts of his. Well, they're not, but they're reflections. It's just great writing and an amazing book. And it's arguable that Batman's in the insane asylum the whole time. He's insane, and all of the different villains are different parts of his persona after his parents died. It's fucking amazing. So I really like that, but it's not that. It's ambiguous, so they never say that. They just kind of hint that maybe once or twice that he's locked in Arkham Asylum. That's good shit. That's good writing. All right. Scythe. All right, gotta go mow the lawn. Oh, dude, I was supposed to do that all week, and every single day it's been over 100 degrees, even after it gets dark, and I'm like, I've had better shit to fucking do. I feel bad for my neighbors because his yard's fucking dope. Mickey D, Mark Appleyard was on Flip. I know he was on Flip, but for some, I'm trying to think why Caswell Berry, Mark Appleyard, Colt Cannon was clearly on Element. Was he on Element back then? I had the Mark Appleyard Yellow Submarine fucking deck, and that was one of my favorite skateboards of all time, a Flip deck. So Mark Appleyard I was a big fan. So Todd, I'm a Mark Appleyard and Penny fanboy. Those are two of the best. I know. If Tom Penny's, I'd be even more psyched to get Tom Penny. But Mark Appleyard, one of my favorite skateboarders. Two of the best skateboards are Tom Penny and Mark Appleyard. So hey, Gypsy, hey, good to have you here with us. Mickey D, I want the Batman Almost Day One song, and there's another best guy ever. I have that book. Me too. I have it right behind me. That Arkham one, I have read that 1,000 times as a child. That was, even as a kid, that was my favorite. And it's dark. It's almost scary as a kid, which reading a comic book that scares you, that's kind of hard to do. So I can't think of many that did that. That was a good one. It didn't scare me, but it's a dark book that, I don't know, has that feel. It's great. It's my favorite by far. Todd, Rick DeWheel's demo. That could be very well it. That sounds right. I was going to say, like, I'm trying to think why those two people would be together, but that sounds right. I had some Rick DeWheels, too. Those were sick wheels, too. Globe demo, maybe. I distinctly remember that it was, like, different teams. It wasn't just one. And I want to say it said Flip, and that's why I'm like, Flip. I had a Flip deck, multiple Flip decks. Those were my possibly my first deck, legit deck that wasn't a blank or a Walmart or a piece of shit, was a Flip HKD Hate, Kill, Destroy deck with the ribbed. It was like they're ribbed, so like when you do board slides and shit, just a little tiny bit touches. They slide like crazy. Those were kind of cool. And supposedly, like, ruffles have ridges. It's supposed to be stronger, which made sense to me and still does, the way they did it. It was sick. I love that board. All right. Bro, I don't think Tom Penny is allowed in the States anymore, sadly. Yeah, I think I watched something on that. Globe would make a lot of sense, yeah. Tom Penny is a crazy guy. If you ever watch Rad Rat, he does Retro Rippers, and he talks all about Tom Penny. Globe would make a lot of sense, says Todd. Yes, The Walking Dead is a scary-ass comic book if you're a kid. Yeah, no shit. See, yeah, and it seems like there's a... That seems right. I'm trying to think. I had some scary ones. What was the one that fucking... I don't have them anymore, unfortunately. Those were good. God, I had some scary-ass ones that, like, I really freaked me out. I can remember the covers and some of the stuff. I was really young. Those were like my dad's comics. All my comics I still have, and they're all Ninja Turtle comics, Batman, Spider-Man, Punishers, like more, just comics, pretty classic comics. But yeah. Walking Dead, I've always wanted to get back into it. It was a great show, and it was a cool comic too. I just don't have as much time to read comics. I haven't read a comic in a long time. You used to love Bam Margera boards. Bam was in the show, and Jackass. I definitely really was into that. Element boards, I've had bad luck with, though. I gotta admit that. I got them. I bought them like 3 or 4 times, and I don't break boards often. They sucked. This is years and years ago, and no one's ever gonna fucking buy a board based on my recommendation. I don't think. And if so, it won't be because I say it's good or bad, depending on how good I am. But I do not care for Element boards. They break easy, and my homie swore by Habitats, and they're like a offshoot of them. So I don't know. Mickey D, Spawn's sick. Favorite glass piece that I had? My Chong Bong. I have a Chong Bong. It's a Chong Bong. That's definitely number one. Number two starts getting hard, but it's easy to have a number one, so that helps. Just the favorite piece, best functioning, oldest. I got it in 2003, so. Mickey D, I broke more of your boards than you did. Yeah, I would always like razor tail the ends and then like do a Casper and smash out the fucking tails more than anything. I know the last board I got was a fucking cheap mini deck, and again I was just trying to land a kickflip again, and which I did it for like 3 hours, and I just started getting to the point where I'm like, oh god, I'm fucking getting tired, but I'm starting to land them, and then I snap my tail off. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding! I've never snapped a tail off, especially doing a flat ground fucking kickflip. So I'm really disappointed in that fucking mini logo deck that I just fucking snapped. But yeah, I've never been. I'm obsessed with. I'm more of a bowl rider, although I'm not good at it. I love the feel of just carving and fucking like and shit. I really like flat ground stuff. I would love to just fly over shit, but for some reason I just feel like I have like concrete feet as soon as I get on a skateboard or try to be like agile in any way. I lost a lot of weight over the last couple of years, so I'd like to maybe. I've always thought in my head that it's a weight thing, but I think it's more of a agility thing. I just need to get back into working out more because I miss skateboarding. But one of the things I liked about doing flat ground and bowls is like you see like I've seen quite older people that just fine into their 60s because it's low impact once you get good. Also, a lot of skateboarding and snowboarding and skiing and those things, it's hard to learn and a lot of impact and like it's hard on your body to learn those things. But once you get good, you can kind of flow and they become kind of low impact. It's nice. Todd, I'm skating a primitive now and I love it. Really want a Baker. I've had a Baker. I loved my Baker. And Todd, Habitat was really good. What is it? Oregon Ka? Oregon was the best board I had. I've skated for 15 years. There you go. I don't know those boards. But I don't know the best board I've ever had. Bakers were great. My flip was pretty good. I'm a firm believer that because it's a piece of wood, and every piece of wood comes from a different piece of tree, and they all are slightly different. You're gonna get slightly different. That's not 100% true. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing: if you break a board right away, it leaves a stale taste in your mouth, and I'm like, oh god, I hate that fucking company now. So, Carl Watson owned it. If you know who that is. Oh, Organica. 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 That's kind of cool. Like I said, never heard of it. But that's kind of cool. So my next skateboard I want. I think we were talking about this maybe a couple weeks ago with Dan, Mickey Dane. But I want to get those Avenue trucks, the suspension trucks. I want to get like a carbon fiber board. They have these sick ones. I can't remember the names. I want to get the, again, I wish I could remember all the names like I remember those truck names. There's the foam. It's like ping pong paddle material, like grip tape. And, just get a bunch of different shit on a skateboard. And I want to do like an 8, maybe 825, which is way bigger than I'm used to. So just like the weirdest fucking skateboard, because I figure if I'm just relearning everything anyway, it won't bother me that much to just really learn it on a new deck that's all crazy. So carbon fiber board, crazy new grip tape. It's 2020, damn it. Get some crazy hollow tech wheels or something. I don't know what the cool wheel tech is these days. I don't think there is much. Maybe the stuff with the slide plate on the inside or something like that. Hollow cores, which they don't really make. Just all the weird shit I could find. That seems fun. That'd be fun. So let's spin the wheel dabs and see what we're doing. Mini rigs. Sounds good. All right, what are we mini rigging though? I guess that one's right here. Ugh. Go with that guy. I might need some water for me and this guy though. All right. Doing a dab with you, Todd. Well, let me get one ready. I'll be right back. All right, so we are doing mini dabs, little mini dabs. You want to be part of this? You want to hang out? Are you happy I put down the bass? He hates when I have that bass. You hate the bass, don't you? My cats are extremely jealous of me playing any instrument. So there's that. I don't know if anyone else has ever had to fight over attention for have their cat fight them for attention over their bass. He's good people, though, I'll tell you. He's Catman. All right, time to do a dab. All right, Ziggy. But Mr. Ziggy's doing good. For being 17 and still full of piss and vinegar, he's good. You're doing good. All right. This dab goes out to my favorite buddy here, Mr. Ziggy. He is the best, and there is no contest. Except for maybe Panda and all the other little furry ones. So here's to my furry ones and all yours. Hopefully yours don't have hash. Get stuck to their head now. And pot. Hopefully your cat, you can't smoke a bowl on top of your cat's head. God. He knew what he was getting into. Cheers, everybody. Dab you out, cat. Ah, cheers, Todd. Hit some wedding cake diamonds. Sounds good. Alright. I think this is a little tiny bit of, I forget what type of shatter this is. Lavender power nap, I think is what this is. The old lavender power nap. That's a little cat-sized dab rig. It's kitty size. But cheers. You did not make that easy, Ziggy. You did not make that easy. Let's wipe this bitch down. Good enough. Good enough, Hudson. Good enough. Jesus, I got some strawberry shortcake shatter. That sounds good too. Right now, these two are not that great. The lavender power nap, and I got some fucking absolutely horrible. What the fuck is it called? North Shore Maui. That shit's fucked. Like, they shouldn't have even sold that shit. I should have took it back and be like, "Fuck is this?" It's gross. Like, I can't take dabs of it without it fucking absolutely killing me. It just makes me cough and choke. But I got some of this, and this is some distillate. This one is Northern Lights, one of my favorites. So I got some Northern Lights distillate. We'll do one of those here in a second. If the cat gets situated. So hopefully everyone's smoking on something tasty. Because somehow we're all vicariously smoking a bowl together. So whatever you're smoking, we're all smoking. Whatever I'm smoking, you're smoking. All right. All right. So we need to roll up one more of these guys at least. Todd, gonna hit the Savage Granny next. Savage Granny. I haven't heard that one. That's a newie. That's a newie. Oh, that's a nasty old fucking filter. Man, I use filters until they're like, until I can't use that anymore. It's so gross. Where's the filters? Where's the filters? There's good. All right, grab some weedage. I got some really good. The fuck is it? Outlaw OG. I'm gonna grab some of that real quick. That stuff's good. Alright. My old ass jar. But yeah, there's even some purple hues in there when I'm looking at that. That's nice looking. Really cheesy. It's got a real cheesy smell to it, which isn't bad. Just curious, what's the Build-A-Bong? The Build-A-Bong. I actually have the pieces on the floor. So this is the pieces that go to the top. It's kind of out of commission. A lot of these are. I shouldn't even be spinning it because like 3 of them are out until I can clean them. Build-A-Bong's a big one. So these attachments clip on and off, and you can put different ones in, clip them on. Also, I have a different base and a percolator bowl. So these are all like pieces to the Build-A-Bong. So it's fun, except for the base I have is so plugged with resin, and I have very little rubbing alcohol, not enough to clean it really. So supposedly that shit's coming back. People are like saying that they see it in stores and shit again, but I haven't seen any. I keep looking. So it is fun, I'll say that. I need to. Right now, I have just the smallest attachment on it because that's the only way I can get a hit out of it. I'm gonna spin the wheel again. It might just show up. Sometimes we can will these things to happen. I find when I talk about them, they seem to get landed on. All right, let's do some grindage. Some grindage, buddy. Some grindage going. All right. All right. All right, Jesus. I also got some lemon Allen and some Lucinda shatter that turned to sugar wax. Fire as well. Yeah, no shit. I've seen that shit turn to sugar wax. Shatter if you just heat and pressure or leave it hot, if it gets too hot, it'll turn into sugar wax. So, which is fine. I don't think it loses much, except for sometimes sugar wax is a little harder for me to work with, so I like shatter, but small preference. Will West, excellent to see you again. You as well, sir. The cat says hello as well. The Ziggle says hello. So, good to see everybody, man. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're not doing well, I hope you start doing better soon. go. Some agua. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good, man. Shit's always crazy, but it is what it is. Sometimes you get cat hair on your hash. These things happen. How's he? Alright. Let's see here. It turned to sugar wax because it was Jesus. It's humid in your apartment. That's why it turned to sugar wax. Well, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, heat, humidity. I've had some really badass hash one time, and I decided I'm going to keep this. I want to keep a little bit, you know what I mean, as an emergency stash. Oh man, there's a lot of cat hair, man. That's gotta go. So I took like a gram, half gram, and put it in my wallet. I'll just have it tucked away in my wallet. I always have my wallet with me. Maybe it'll get squished out like, you know, flatter, but it'll be what it is. That shit turned to straight up sugar wax like real quick. So heat, pressure, I guess humidity, although it was sealed up still. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how those things happen with shatter. It's kind of a touchy process to get it all nice. My goal is to get away from shatter, to be 100% honest, and get towards the distillate more, which I'm about to do some of this Northern Lights distillate. It's just a much cleaner process as far as what the final result is. It's just a little pricey. They all are. My goal is to just cut out as many chemicals as possible and make all the extraction as natural as possible and have a clean product. Because like that hash over there, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it, but it's absolutely horrible. It's shattered. It looks actually really good. It's got a darker amber color than I like, but it's really crystal clear looking. It looks kind of nice. It has a pretty good consistency, but it's as harsh as like dabbing straight plastic. So there's that. All right. Cheers to it. Here's to another Shatterdaze. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully everyone's doing good. This is always my replacement for being able to hang out with people in live situations. So thanks for joining with me. Like I said, my goal is always to go to different shit. But it's still going to be a while. I have a strong feeling. The safest thing to do is, if you're not sure, just wait. I know it's just a safer thing to do. It's like the cat leaving when the torch is going. It's probably the safer thing to do. Todd, that's years of joint rolling right there. I'm not the quickest, but I get it done. I see quicker. Snap them up, which is nice too. I'm a little meticulous with mine, but and with the hash, they don't always burn the best. There's a lot of hash on this, but good on it. All right. Well, hopefully it's not too warm where you're at. Like I said, it's over 100. It's like fucking 100 degrees, pretty solid, I'd say. Here, what does my phone say? See. Oh shit. I like when people share me animal photos, but I don't like to share them unless I'm told to. So if you'd like to share any animal photos with me, my name is the same as on the YouTube channel, Venom420. Uh, send me videos, I guess, or pictures of pets, and that includes your plant pets as well, your plant friends, your furry friends, but not your friends who are into furries. And we'll share them with everybody because that makes everyone happy. It makes me happy. So Venom420 on Insta. I'll share your furry friends with the rest of us because they make us happy. So that's not bad. Times are okay. Feeling good today, I'll tell you that. Uh, Smoking a joint. Got that OG outlaw OG, whatever. Got a whole bunch of hash on there. Northern Lights distillate, bunch of reuse. Things are hanging in there. And like I said, I think I do owe a lot of that to plants. I do suggest considering that as a way of improving your own life in multiple different ways. Davik, it's going down or up or down. I guess if you're getting high, what's going up? If you're coming down, it's going down. Hopefully, all is well. In dreamy Dreamsville, as they say. Yeah, just another day back at it. It's been a crazy world, but it's good to have people to share that with. Davik, been sky high all day. Now it's a good day for it. Shatterdaze is a good day for it. We may not be on the exact same time zone, but it is Shatterdaze, and I am sharing that. And if you're watching me on a different day, then there's that. That's always nice to go back in time every now and then. And now I'm permanently stuck in time in this fucking box. It's fine. Anyway, smoking on some pink sands over here. Uh, that'd be good call. Pink sands. Never heard of that. There's been a couple of new ones today. What? There's that Granny, Serious Granny or Raging Granny, and Pink Sands. They'll never run out of names. All right. Davik. It's a new one for sure. I can't find it online. Oh, that's kind of cool, though. Dispo said it was new. Well, especially here in Colorado, every now and then, if I'm sure there's some really good like breeders who only go to a few dispensaries and they have their home, strain that they worked on, and it's a lot of work to make your own strain to purposely pollinate, and then I guess it's not too bad, but I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know where to start with your genetics. Like, can you just buy one guy's pot, buy another guy's pot, turn one of those plants female to male, impregnate that pot, and bam, you have your own crossbred? Is that how it works, or do you have to work it genetically over and over again? When does it become your breeder? I mean, it's yours now. Like, can anybody just grab two things? Can I take my green crack? If I want something else, I'll grab something else. If I turn one to pollinate the other and took that time to do that and then took those seeds, sex them, and let them be my new, could I make my own strain and call it Ziggy Star Nugs? You know? Or something like that? Davi getting some crazy ones lately, as long as they're good. Uh oh. Jesus, I had some asshole kids I was arguing with that broke my rear windshield and ran. Uh, that's rough. Rear windshields are pretty bad, I imagine, too. I know my fucking front windshield cracked right after I bought a brand new car, and that fucking thing was $500. It was cheaper to just claim it on insurance. Holy shit. What are you doing back there? Oh, what are you doing, man? There's a cat running behind a tapestry. Oh, there it is. Hey, Ziggy, you doing good? You hanging out? You keeping us entertained back there? You make yourself a little cameo back there? Huh? Little little, little screenshot? Huh? You got a little friend coming up there? Yeah? Huh? Maybe little panda? Hey, why don't you smack the panda? Come here. You see her smack the panda. Smack. Oh, come here, panda. Come here. All right. So, I think he's saying spin the wheel of dabs. So, we're going to spin the wheel of dabs. Ziggy, you want to spin the wheel of dabs? There's a kitty. Come here. Oh, here at y'all a message. I will send that message. That's cat. That's straight from the cat's mouth, son. So that message right there was written by the one and the only Ziggity Stardust, which, like I said earlier, I'm gonna make my own strain. It'll be Ziggy Star Nugs. So We spun it. We got the wheel, or we got the tower of power, which I was gonna grab. But when the cat says we're sitting down, that's what we're doing. Right, bud? But yeah, cats, buds, faces, friends, people you care about. I try to load the fuck up on that shit. I can't get enough of that shit. You know? Uh, good times are all I want, dude. Filling up this shitty life with as many good times as possible without trying to feel like my good times impede on other people's. You know? That's my goal. I do think it's important that the things that make me happy, I try not to have hurt other people. Like being self-sufficient helps take away a lot of the guesswork on how the products brought to you affected other people's lives. So that's a decent start. Todd. All right. First timers. So this bad wheel is fascinating to me. It's the dab wheel. It's the wheel of dabs. Wheel of dabs. Yes. So I usually do a giveaway with it. Huh. I do a giveaways. Uh, which I should start doing again. But I need like a moderator or somebody or something to help me out with how to do it. I don't know how to do it. It's hard when talking and typing, and the biggest thing is you guys can't read those all. But what I normally do is the first spin of the Shatterdaze, every Shatterdaze, uh, I'll let people guess on what they think that's going to land on. If they're the right person, if the first person to get it right and put it in the comment section, I would do a giveaway. I have like these glass bowls. I have a glass pendant. I have a piece I had that I was going to give away, but I ended up giving to somebody who needed a piece. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just give it to them. I know they need it. And then carb caps, little shit like that. And then I always send copies of my music. So I have 2 CDs, Symbiotes, Dab Wheel. Sorry, I'm high. No, you're fine, buddy. I knew what you meant. So I send out CDs, bowls, shit like that. That's what the Dab Wheel is kind of for. Eventually, if I ever get like a whole bunch of fans, I'll just make it a little bit more like you gotta. I'll do different increment. I had idea for dice. I have fraction dice I've seen online, so I could say how much of a gram. Have up to a gram. So two, and everything in between with fraction dice, and so you'll have. It could go more complicated if more people did it. But at this point, I had so few doing it that I think one guy won like 3 times, just because he was the only one guessing. There's only so many spots, so but it was fun and it's good, and I would like to start doing the giveaway again. But right now, I just do live streams, spin the wheel of dabs, and we take whatever it lands on, which it just landed on the Tower of Power. The Tower of Power is a reference to a Frank Zappa song, because Frank Zappa is pretty awesome. He's still awesome in the sense that you're still awesome after you're dead. Especially if you have so much recorded fucking amazingness online, or online to give to people now is the main source of it. But Frank Zappa, amazing guy. Tower Power, reference to that. Oh yeah, Todd, Frank Zappa, one of the best guitarists ever. True, but one of the American composers ever, guitarists, uh, fucking free speech activists. His son's fucking no fucking slouch, great guy. Yeah. All right, Davik, I never catch you from beginning. Yeah, but that's why I'm on for what? It's been an hour and a half already. I'm on for a while, and usually I feel bad even if I like grab my phone like that. I'm not usually someone to just do that. But man, I don't know anyone. Man, I've done a fucking like what, 15-hour fucking stream before, and I didn't take but a little tiny break, so I pushed it a little. Oh, Mickey D, you're back. Had to eat some food. Nothing wrong with that. Did you know Zappa never did drugs? Yes, I did. I mean, he smoked pot a number of times, mostly because the rest of his band did. He literally said just because there's chicks hanging out with the rest of the band and they were all partying, and at some point he just wanted to get laid. So there you go. But yeah, he wasn't into it. Although he, everyone does drugs. His drug of choice was nicotine and coffee. He was addicted to it like a fiend. It's probably why he was so fucking productive. Sugar, nicotine, coffee. And he fucking woke up and worked from beginning to end and was a fucking mastermind in pretty much every sense. I often think to myself, if I could magically steal somebody's musical abilities, who would it be? And he's always one of the first ones that comes to mind because he can fucking compose for every instrument. I mean, he was a composer. That's a different type of skill. On top of being a phenomenal solo guitarist. That's me. I'm guitarded. I'm guitarded. Davik, I think I guessed the wheel right one time. That's always good to do. I need to. I would like to start doing the giveaway again and doing all that again. The pandemic sure slowed that down, and shit's worse than ever. So I don't actually try to leave more than I need to. I still try to wear a mask and try to fucking keep distance. But I like all of those things. I wore a creepy clown mask at the store well before this happened, and people always kept distance from me. So it's just being ahead of the curve, I like to call it. I've been social distancing for years. It's called running from the law. No, I'm just joking. Uh, what amp am I using for my bass? I have an acoustic B200. It's a big 15 watt, 15 sub B200, all in one cabinet. I also have an acoustic 4x10 with a TC electronic head that I need to get fucking operational. I have more broken gear than I have working gear. Then I got a Fender Stage Lead 12-inch Swamp Thing added on there, Crate Practice, bunch relatively cheap stuff, which I'm kind of glad I didn't go all out. I pretty much bought a bunch of stuff that I could. I have like the whole band here: CDJs, xylophones, pianos, basses, guitars, amps, just enough drums, just enough that I could have everyone play here. Fortunately, I didn't spend thousands because no one ever does. But after all this shit dies down, that's gonna give me a second chance to get my shit culminated, get all my shit together. And I would like to start being more social again, going to shows, going to festivals, doing interviews with people. Shit might start happening. You never know. What bass amp? Acoustic B200. Uh, I got it for probably 300 bucks, maybe used, maybe less. Can't remember, years and years ago. Did have to have it worked on one time, but I think that's because I had it used and someone like dropped it or something. Because shit was just fucked inside after years of use on me too. But I've brought that to many gigs and shit like that, and I've always I've had people with really nice gear be like, "That's a really good sound," and I always keep when I go to a new place in a new area, like I don't know the acoustics of the room or who I'm playing with, I just set everything to 12 o'clock almost, and give or take, and just roll with it from there, which I do with almost every amp, and then tweak it to where I'm at. And I'm a fan. Right now it's set up all funky because I do funky stuff. So like it's set up with a lot of bass at low end and high cut because sometimes I'll hook it up as I'm listening to my bass amp and my guitar amp and my PA system when I'm mixing, which it's weird, and I always, but it actually does quite well. It makes me feel like I'm mixing a live recording because I'm hearing my bass amp where my bass is, I'm hearing my guitar amp where my guitar amp is. I have my left-right PA system coming at me from these corners, so right where I'm at. So I can sit here. My monitor is sitting right where I'm looking. You're here. My monitor's there. And it's a 65-inch monitor hooked up to a laptop, so it has a screen and like what people would sit on, and so me looking at you is very easily accommodated for me. And I need a 65-inch TV because apparently I'm fucking blind and I can't read a fucking comment even when it's that big. So this one's like a 60-inch or 55. Sorry, it's a big ass TV. It's a big monitor, but uh, I finally got them in a decent setup. I have no reason not to be productive. I don't know. Things are starting to go better. I'm trying to be positive. It's all you can do. I'm glad I've maintained a positive outlook as long as I had. You know what I mean? I'm always happy afterwards, you know? So I'm trying to keep that up. Hopefully everyone is. Just, trying to do like I said, I think I owe a lot of it to plants. It's weird. It's not that weird. But plants will do a lot for you. So it's like I said, it's every time in my life I've ever decided to start growing again, it's done well. And in the last 10 years I haven't grown. It's not that it did bad, but shit, it was easy to throw off my my rhythm. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's great to have something that you care about and have invested time in to give you a schedule. So it's not like work gives you a schedule, but you hate it. So it's forced upon you, and you look at it as a punishment. When you wake up and have something you really like and want to take care of, which I'm growing many things now that I like and want to take care of, and they fascinate me. They're beautiful. They're growing me as much as I'm growing them. They're growing me, uh, you know, mentally, philosophically. When I think about it, anytime you think about something, you feel philosophically, your outlooks on how you look at life change. And I really think, what's funny is I've always known this in the back of my head, but part of me said, because I used to sell pot. I'm like, well, of course, every time I'm selling pot, shit starts going better. It's money, and I have money, and I'm feeling good. But it's more than that. It is. It really is. You think that you're growing them, but you're really not. You know what I mean? I think on a different plane of reality. They're helping you so much more, than you can help them. I would hope. Don't hold me to that, but it sure feels like it, and you know, it's a give and take. We all live. Plants are everything for us. They give us the air we breathe. They give us the nutrients we eat. And even if you have eat nothing but straight up fucking uh, carnivorous, 100%, where do you think the animals you eat get their nutrients? And how are you getting them? That's the good thing about eating meat is you're getting all the nutrients from the animal that collected it from all the plants. So you're still getting these things. It is a big circle. It goes around and comes around. So plants and fungi and all plants, like all of them, from coffee to the grass in your yard to trees, fur, all of them have a fungus in them or on them. In nature, it's just the way it is because there's thousands and thousands of varieties, and there's different ones that help in a symbiotic way to help plants grow. Some take dead material of plants that have already died and decay them down. Some are underground and help connect plant connectivity through the roots and help them communicate like a literal web, like an internet web. The mycelial growth underneath literally connects different plants and helps them act together to protect themselves from threats and shit. So it's really interesting that every plant uses fungus. We all eat plants, and we all, it's a big circle, and then we all die and become compost. That's why I'm strongly against putting myself in a casket in the ground. I'm like, I don't even care if you bury me, but they have these really cool mushroom bags that you can be buried in, and it makes you completely compostable. Compositable. Can't talk. It turns your body into composite. Yeah, I can talk. I think apparently. Let me do another dab out of the Tower of Power. But yes, it's a great thing, and I think that don't be selfish with your body. Someone might need that for nourishment. I'm gonna eat you when you're dead. Okay, no, I'm just joking. Mushrooms are good. They do. They eat you when you're dead and help you fucking become part of the circle faster, rather than hiding yourself in a metal or plastic box that's gonna inevitably break down and just fuck everything up anyway. All right, Davik, good on it. Todd, good on it. Todd, Grape Ape Shatter next. That sounds great. Saif, hey, I'm back. Lawn is now mowed. I'm very envious. Todd, Saif, fuck yeah, Saif. I know. Good for you. That makes me feel bad because I've had my lawnmower in the yard out for like 3 or 4 days because every day it's too hot. It's like, what temperature is it, huh? 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 It's 95, it says. I'm sure it's one. My phone knows that. It's 95 degrees, but the real feel is 101. It's like, yeah, because it's really 101 degrees. It's hot. Let's grab that bong. Drink that drink. All right. What I should do is play a different bass for once. But the problem is, so what is it? Looks like I have. That sounds right. I have 4 primary basses, and two are not active, and 2 are active. So I have the jazz bass, Squire Jazz, and that is not an active bass. And I have the PV Foundation, which that's not an active bass. That jazz bass is a fretless with flat wound strings on it. So it's a very unique feel, awesome bass. that I try to make all my bases different. And then my PV Foundation has like the giantest fucking telephone wire sized strings on it imaginable, and it's set to C standard. And I had to fucking like truss rod. Like if you took those strings off, that thing's like bent forward like that. Like in an unnatural way. Like my fingers, it's bent in an unnatural way. So those strings have so much tension, like it's crazy. But so I like that one. That one's great. But those are both unique basses and have really different sounds and dark sounds. And that one has a very dark sound. Awesome basses. I like to change them out, but I need 9-volt batteries, which I'm getting. I gotta get some immediately because I have a what is it? SG700, SG700 in Ibanez, and that thing rocks. But it's active, and I don't have a 9-volt battery. And then I have a Laguna fretless and Laguna Ocean fretless, and they both have these Bartolini active pickups, the exact same fucking configuration, and they're just fucking amazing. But again, no fucking 9-volt batteries, and they're both active. So mix it up. I don't know. I could have way too many instruments if I was given the chance. So I got really stoned, looked away, came back, and you're holding a fucking beast of a bone. Yeah, no shit, right? Yeah. It's a dirty girl, too. It's the most impossible bong to clean ever, too, which sucks. I wanted to take it to my friend and be like, dude, do you have, like, some type, because he's got a bunch of fucking chemicals and shit. I'm like, do you have, like, a fucking serious chemical I can fucking run through this just to clean it once? Like, an acid to just destroy what's in there, and then, like, something to sanitize and make it safe to smoke out. I'm sure he would know what that is. Like I said, he's got the whole chemistry lab set up, I'm sure. So I'm like, yeah, could you do that for me and just like legit clean this one time, and then I'll keep it clean. But I'll tell you what, when you have that many percolators, it's just impossible. One for the doctor. All right. Well, get on it. We're doing dabs and dabs. So thanks for joining me. It's always nice to have company. I hope everyone is doing it as well as me and the Ziggy wherever he went. So good on it. Oh, we're about to do some big old dabs. Let's roll back. All right. Let's do it here. No, let's do it here. All right. Cheers, everybody. Get off my finger, you sticky whore. No. Damn you. It's too hot out today. You son of a bitch. Cheers anyway, everybody. Oh, yeah. Woo! This one's getting pretty plugged too. The more percolators there are, the more spots there are to get plugged up. Woo! Head rush. Yeah. Oh. Temp for a dab, asks Todd. I highly recommend it. Honestly, I wish it was one of my first purchases as a dabber. Like, I think it should be one of the first things you own as a dabber. There's a lot of variables to it. Honestly, if you can hold like at an e-nail that just holds a temperature and there's no, it's supposedly at, when written on paper and all things are performing optimal in a perfect world where nothing changes, I'd say 420. That sounds like an amazing number. 420. I say 450 honestly, but 420 in a perfect world with so there's a lot of things that go into that. But if it's magic and holding a number, that's not bad. But it's also the pressurization, so how airtight everything is, including the seal from your cap smoothly. Like I can see a little gap all around here. Those slanted ones and these round ones don't exactly match up usually. It's too much. It's hard to get that perfect. So I usually like using a flat one. Here we go. This is the one I usually like because it does a lot better job. Oh, that's so gross, but it's got so much cat hair on it. But it does a better job of sealing that. So your pressurization is important. When your pressure, drops, that would be an increase. That would be what it is. You increase the pressure by doing that because you're adding pressure, you're pulling, and then how much air you're getting. You don't want it too much, but there's a sweet spot because when you raise the pressure, the boiling point goes down. So you can get it to bubble and oxidize and get in, vaporize at a lower temperature with a higher pressure. So that's a big part of it. So you have a bad carb cap or no carb cap at all, you're going to have to do it at higher temps. If you have an open one, like these guys right here, where it's open, you just tap that onto there and start hitting it. That thing needs to be glowing red hot. You're going to touch the hash on there and it's going to incinerate. You're not vaporizing it, fucking burns, and you're smoking it, or you're not getting, or you just have to do it at a hot temperature. So it's hard to use a thermometer with these actual nail dabbers. So that's a whole thing too, because you're not pressurizing. Now, also something to think about is the thickness of the quartz you're using. Thick quartz holds the temperature for longer times. It also goes through less what I call drop shock, and that's when you drop whatever you're dabbing in there. If it doesn't stick to your finger and you have to roll it around like an idiot, like I did, which is nice. I have a dab mat. I wish it wasn't covered in fur and fucking ashes. There's catnip over there, so I should really fucking. But anyway, so when it's thick, it holds the temperature longer and goes through less of drop shock. Whatever you're putting in there changes the temperature of what you're dabbing at. It'll drop it. So, and the more you have, if you take those big slab dabs, or even like, as I say, if I even, of course, that's really thick. It's really a thick chunk. hash there, or if I drop those together, you know, this thing fills up like a pool halfway. Also, it's like water. A little bit of water is easier to bring to a boil than a full pot. So if you're doing bigger dabs, I suggest doing bigger, hotter temperatures because you're gonna equal out pretty quick. You'll, especially if you can get it all in all at once, you'll immediately lower that temperature right to where you want it without that burning and then finding its middle. If you have a very thin one, like thin as compared to that, so this one's thin and open, uh, but the bottom is actually nice and thick on that one. So, but some are really thin. Again, you have to have a really high temperature because that temperature will drop immediately because the temperature is already dropping. There's nothing to hold it there. There's less material to hold the heat to trap it. So that's there. And again, an e-nail will hold your temperature more. And if you have a really nice one, as soon as it lowers it, it'll fix it as quick as possible and keep you in that perfect range. With really nice dabs, really good shit, a perfect e-nail on a sweet quartz rig, nice everything. I think 420 to 500 at the most ish is nice, cool dabs. I have done ones that are set to 710 and they weren't too terrible. So, I mean, you can go pretty high. I personally, so I'm doing my dabs with this at 700 degrees. And then it hits that drop because I take big dabs and it'll go down to like 600. I'm usually so slow at it that I start at 600 and it goes to 5 and I'm still getting good dabs. If you're taking little tiny flecks and just tossing it in there, you can do really low temp dabs easy, 400s. But again, bigger to the dab, bigger you have. I do such big dabs that I actually pour out the residue when I'm done into a jar and smear it onto the joints and shit. So that's nice. But it's I don't know. Took me a while to figure even that out. I'm gonna put this big bitch away. All right. Alrighty. Oh. Let's see, meow. What we got going, meow? Finish this meow. But yeah. So my goals are to actually I just got a new goal too. But it incorporates what I'm doing, growing pot. But I got a home brewing kit. It's called the Mr. Beer Kit. You go online and that's one of the first home brewing kits you find. They go for like $50. I got one for 12. So I'm like, fuck yeah, Mr. Brewing home brewing kit has the stuff to brew it at home. Of course, I'm like, how am I going to make cannabis beer? Can of beer. And I've been looking at different ways to brew my own home cannabis beer. So if that goes well, maybe that'll be my next venture, is brewing cannabis beer. But so, all right. Sandy, yo, Venom just got here. Thanks for the dab lesson. Oh, no worries. Yeah, that's I mean, I with the whole all my all the better videos I've done as far as popularity and people watching them and getting positive reviews and people saying, "Oh, that was awesome! I made hash for the first time," or "Now I made moon rocks. I did this before a party and it was great." Yada yada. Like all these cool. Or some of the better ones is, "This made me sleep well. I'm not in pain tonight. Thank you." I'm like, fuck, dude, yeah. I've heard some crazy ones, dude. I mean, like some pretty heart wrenching shit. Like I lost somebody and you made my day nice, and not only did you make my day nice by watching your video, but I did what was in your video, and then I smoked, and it was like, that's happened to me enough already that I've already made my dues in this show. You know what I mean? Like, that's one cool thing about spreading cannabis is you may not know it. You may just be in it for any reason in the world. Yeah. But when people give you reactions like that, like daydreamers out there, fucking, she's awesome. There's people who use it for medical reasons and recreational, which one does not cancel the other. And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's why I do that shit. Stand up for. Not only should everyone, I just don't think plants should be illegal. First off, as a broad statement, but cannabis in general, man. Uh, Not only should it be legal, it never should have been made illegal and helped the demise of this fucking whole country, dude. Well, I mean, the it dented. It could have been so much more with it than without it, worldwide and globally. Just the deforestation. Yeah, I'm sure I even remotely said that right. Just how much it would have saved, how much we cut down trees and shit. It would have been huge if hemp would have just remained a main source of paper, uh, shit like that. But there's always the future. I'm hoping that we just keep continuing to liberate the planet and the people who get prosecuted for it, who do it for why ever the fuck they do it. I don't ask. It's not my fucking business. As long as you're not using weed to, I don't know. It's hard to even come up with evil things to do with it. I don't know. Turn it into a brick and then kick the shit out of it and put that brick in a sock and beat someone to death with it. I don't care what you do with it. You know, weed is usually fine as long as you're not like, yeah, doing something evil with it, which you have to go out of your way to do. Because most plants, the preparation for them really is, find it, grow it, buy it, eat it, smoke it, you know, drink it. So those are the best. Like I said, I just got a Mr. Beer kit, and I've been looking at ways to make cannabis beer. Uh, I don't even really drink, but but my goal is to make a beer that's really, really high in THC, like ungodly high in THC. So, and I'm gonna make a Venom brew. And I already looked at glass bottles, and I can get these cheesy little stickers, and I'll have all my homies be like, "This is my home brew. Be careful with that." Be like, "Bro, I drink fucking straight beers all the time." I'll be like, so I'm looking at making the world's most potent. No, I mean, I just want to make it really potent. So I'm going to use my fresh homegrown pot. No matter what, I'm going to use my stuff. So it'll be pot I grew, beer I brewed, and infused together. How I'm going to do it is, I don't know, because I've been looking at it. Some people put it in at different points of the brewing, before and after, different steps. Uh, some people add pretty much an extract, which I've been thinking distillate, which I've never heard anyone think of, would be probably the best, except for it'd probably still sink unless you mixed it. There's a lot of things to it. They like adding tinctures, but that has a taste to it and an alcohol content and its own set of problems. And then you're just taking tincture and adding it to a beer, in my eyes. And I'm like, well, that's not beer infused. That's just take a tincture and drink a beer. So I want to literally use my actual buds as because cannabis and hops have a lot of similar characteristics, uh, antibacterial characteristics, grow patterns. They obviously came from a similar, if not the same, uh, ancestor plant. So there's a lot to hops that cannabis can replace. Again, there's another place that cannabis can replace. And hemp. You can make hemp, and it's delicious beer from what I hear. I've been doing a lot of research on it because I only make 22. I think it's 22 16-ounce beers or something like that. So I only plan on making I want them to be for extremely special occasions, and I want them just outrageously potent. And they'll be green crack beer. So I'll make them I don't know, I'm trying to think of the Maltese and shit, make them like a sweet apple or something. It's kind of what the flavors I get with green crack. It's sweet and tangy, almost piney. So if I can get all those elements from the pod I grew, and then try to accentuate that with the hops and shit that I try to boil up and make it, I think it'd be dope. And then I can I'm talking cheesy stickers and a printer. I have a printer. You get sticker paper, put on some labels, make my own, and just give them to a couple of close friends, because I have 22 of them. 22 16-ounce beers, or divide that into different size bottles. But just give out and just like I said, it's a goal. I might have to do a couple of different brews before I get it down really good. Fun thing, and of course I want to make a video on it, so I'll do how to make weed beer. How to make weed beer, because I've looked and no one has that. Not good. They have at least the ones I've been looking at are legit beer makers, and if you listen to how a legit beer maker talks, it's all fucking the chemical process and everything like that. They really get into their shit. So you have to do a wash of the pot to get out the chlorophyll and anything else, minerals that will sour or fuck up the flavor of the beer. So you almost blanch the pot and shit. It's odd. Yeah, it'll be cool. It's something I need to look into more. Oh, right. Cracking, snapping, popping, dropping, locking. Yeah, no, I'm not. All right. So, hopefully everyone is doing quite well. It is a good night. It's always good to hang out with you guys. One of my big goals is to be able to go to different festivals, places, things all around the country, all around the globe. So I'm able to be like, hey, by the way, I'm going to be in blah, blah, blah next month. Anybody want to come to the show and hang out? Please do. So that's one of my New Year goals. It'll happen. But till then, I don't know. At this rate, it might be a long time before I'm up and traveling the world. I see that for multiple different reasons. Uh, yeah. hopefully the next time I spin the wheel of dabs, it's to have a dab rig that I can actually do some distillate out of, because I have that Northern Lights shatter, and that's fucking awesome. All right, Jesus, do you have a recipe for making cookies? So, again, not offhand, but I have made some before, and I would like to upgrade my recipe because my diets and stuff have changed during the years. And I know more about temperatures that I don't want to break and hit. Pretty much, if you can cook under 200 degrees, in my opinion, you're doing good. Unless you're in a compound, like in a brownie, because it's insulating it a little bit, you can go higher uh, for longer and just different shit. So I'm like, and I want to experiment with it. Once I harvest my, at this rate, I better harvest a lot, right? Because I have a lot of fucking different plans for what I want to do with it. I want to make beer out of it. I want to cook with it. I want to fucking smoke it. I want to fucking make dabs out of it. I'm going to get rosin press, which might be a way to infuse the beer with rosin, but that would definitely settle and not sit with the beer. You'd feel it. It crystallize. It just wouldn't work, and I couldn't guarantee a certain amount unless I just took each beer and then took a blob of rosin, and there's no way I could fucking feel right about doing that. So I will have my recipes up, but at this rate, so my plants. So I just grew my seeds, and it's been maybe a week or so. I wish I had the exact date. Um, show you pictures. These pictures are fun. But yeah, it might be a little while before I harvest. I'm guessing a few months at this rate because I had a homie kind of. I think he got dicked around, they dicked me around. It didn't well. He apologized, but he said, "Just plant your seeds, dude. Fucking, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get you that shit," which is a bummer. Shit doesn't always, and it sucks because it comes down to a health system thing, mental health, the state of the world, people having like panic and anxiety attacks, and I'm like, dude, I get it. Fucking, I don't want to stress anybody out, and if they're not doing well to the point where I get it, dude, like, don't let me bother them. I got my own thing. I'm gonna grow it from seed. Seeds always turn out better for me anyway. But I got feminized seeds, so it's a new round. I'm growing LED. That's a new thing. A lot of new things going on. So it's I don't know. Sandy, check out California Academy of Sciences YouTube page in the Virtual Nightlife and Night School section. They posted a program called Night School, Fungus Among Us, about fungi and mycelium. Also, God, I was watching some lecture. I saved a bunch. There's just some good stuff. That sounds really cool. I should write that down. All right. Sweet. And then someone told me to check out Amanita Dreamer. I checked out her shit too. I might. I wish I could do interviews and shit with fucking people. She probably would. So, something to keep in mind. Because there's a lot of things I'd like to ask her. And she's a trip, dude. She has like half-hour, 45-minute videos. And she does good, dude. I know it's hard to keep people's attention for a long time, and she knows a lot about that shit. She just seems like a cool lady. Wouldn't mind watching more. I'm hesitant with all mind-altering substances. I have great respect for and take my time. But yeah, I'll check out that California Academy of Sciences Virtual Nightlife Fungus Among Us. Sounds like a plan. Sounds good to me. So, we have a nice guava. I don't know. Oh, don't do that. Nice guava. Not to pick it up either. Of some northern distillate. And it is absolutely awesome. Spin that wheel, huh? Let's see what we got going on. Where it will end, no one will know until it's all over. Mini rigs again. Well, I gotta pick a different mini rig than that mini rig. So we already did that mini rig. We have another. All right, Sean. Dream base. Any option on? Oh, any opinion on fretless? So, my dream base. It'd be hard to limit to one. How about? Oh man. Any base? Because there's a lot of what is it, designer bases out there, like fedoras and was it the Monarchs? Is it a Monarch? Yeah. Ones that Victor Wooten plays, I think they're Monarchs or some butterfly reference ones. They're sick. I don't have enough money to really get into. Was it the wall bases are sick? But man, like there's some of John Entwistle's bases. Forget what they're called. Like they're like bird bird of praise, explorer shaped uh, spider bases were just sick, but they're really wacky, so I'd want to hold them. Those are up there. Uh, uh, man, I don't know. I want to hold a lot of bases to see how I feel about them. You know, I've never even really played a precision bass, and that's probably the most classic bass there ever is. I just grabbed a jazz bass because my dad had one, and really classic and cool looking, so I went with that. All right, Mickey D, how much weed can you use to make canna butter? I'm looking for the littlest possible. I don't have a recipe on hand, but you could theoretically do it pretty low. And, you know, it matters if you want to spread that out to big amounts or small amounts. Uh, I don't know. I'm going to look at how I want to do butter. Everything's changed for me because I don't eat traditional butter. I eat butter that's made from like palm oil and shit, and it's probably even worse for the planet. No, there's different butter alternatives that I'd like to use, and to figure out how to do that. So I would like to re-up on my stuff before I get too much. Oh, which company? Any model? Uh, Also, how about a Rickenbacker 4003 Lemmy edition? The one that's carved out all sick. That's really high on there. If you give me a moment, I'll keep thinking of ones. Mickey D, like coconut oil, exactly. Coconut oil, although I don't love coconut flavoring, the coconut oil is very light on that flavoring. But yes, so I'm going to look up that. But again, these are things that I'm in a process of doing, and I need to start shooting a little more film and hopefully doing well. Uh, like I said, this is the first time I've ever grown from seed the way I'm doing it. Everything's different. I'm doing it the way I'm kind of trying to re-up my way of doing it. Weed coconut oil would be dope. See, weed coconut oil sounds like a good way to try and do it. Uh, like I said, I'm not huge in. I don't want to alter the flavor too much. If so, I want it to be similar to butter. Avocado oil might be a good one to do too. Weed avocado oil, shit like that. Highly infused. That might be a real good one too. So, good ideas. As soon as I have a little more product to do that with, oh yeah, I'm like, what am I grabbing? Mini rig. Right here. You. Grab some water once again for myself and for the little bomb. But yeah, that's good. So Rickenbacker, God, I'll think of more bases as I go. But Rickenbacker, but I've never had one, and I know you. I'm pretty sure you need to heavily modify them to be playable in the way I like them. Uh, so I would like to hold one and check one out, which I've never done. So SG base, Gibson SG. I'd like to hold and check out one of those. A Thunderbird. I'd like to hold and really check out one of those. Uh, there's a few others. Because the one I really fell in love with was my Ibanez SG7, SG700. It's just light, thin. My friend had one, and I totally just copied him. No, it was so nice. I'm like, dude, that's the bass. It feels like a guitar. Super thin neck, super light, super thin body. Uh, really good for getting started. Really good. how would you decarb your weed? I need an easy way to do it. I mean, easy way is you can put it in the oven at 200 degrees for 45 minutes. But it matters, again, your recipe, how you're doing it in. If you put it in something as it's, you can go higher because it's insulated. It cuts down on the temperature that you can do it at. I can't give you too much right now, but I am going to get into that because that's another thing where people like to. Because, like I said, I'm going to be brewing beer. I'm going to make it beer, cannabis infused beer. So when I do that, people like to either blanch it, so low boil the pot for a while to get the chlorophyll and the green out of it a little bit, and try to keep the resin in there, which or take out some of the resins. It's weird. And then I'm like, pot can be the same way. I'd like to experiment with that more. Now that I have so much information with the internet, like everything I used to do was like pretty much pre-internet, or at least I didn't have it, so to rely on it. So it's nice having that. I need to rethink about how I do things, and my diet's changed. But decarb, you want like 200 degrees for like 45, 55 minutes. I think is the traditional way, except for they usually do it hotter at lower times, but I suggest lower at longer times. You keep higher potency that way, but you lose flavor that way. If you do higher temps and lower times, you keep flavor, but you lose potency, so it's a balancing act, and how you do it. So I like doing it though. I want to cook more, and I want to, like I said, my goal is to make the most potent weed beer possible. I might do a triple threat where I brew it, like boil it with the pot, put the pot in it with it while it ferments, and once it becomes alcoholic, so after a certain stage in the fermentation process, once the yeast starts eating some of the sugars and turning it into alcohol, because the alcohol will actually extract the THC and the resins into the fucking, and then at the end of it, put some extract right into the bottles. So they're just fucking freaky, because I could shake them up real good before they're carbonated. You just add carbonation by putting sugar in it. So I'm like, yeah, I want to make unreal potent beer, but like have it really, and really, the more potent the beer is, the better the extraction of the pot, because alcohol extracts it. So just want to make like insane beer and call it like Venom's Brew, Venom's Brew, or what was I gonna call it? I was gonna call it Venom XXX 420. So it has three big X's, like a liquor bottle, has the three X's or whatever, and Venom XXX 420 Venom's Brew. I'll make some killer shit. Oh man, yeah, it is. All right, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, and all is well. And soon I'll see you all in. Hello, my darling. I gotta be right back. I'm gonna go put water in both these items. here. Uno, uno. All right. All right. I just had to get water for Zabong, and for myself. Yes. Okay. Is there a cat? The cat is here. All right. Now we need a 45-degree banger. Hmm. 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 Which one shall we use, Ziggy? Which one shall it be? All right, which one? All right. There he is. There's everybody. Everybody's favorite. Everybody, go ahead and laugh. All right. Will that just work? Yep, that'll work just fine. There we are. Ah, there we be. We be here. I be there. I be everywhere. I am the walrus. This is my cat. All right. All right. Let's get everything ready. I swear, every time I go to take a dab, it's like he's there. It's like, oh, hey, how's it going? You doing something? What are you looking at, cat? What are you looking at, cat? All right. Anyone who can do a dab with me and the kitty, please do. For those who can't, we who can shall for you. Sandy, Ziggy's into contact highs. I think he's just jealous of anything I'm doing, anything. You know what I mean? If I'm just sitting here talking, he's like, whatever. But if I grab anything or do anything, he's like if the worst thing I could ever do is play the piano. If I touch a keyboard, he's like, he has to run on that keyboard and jump and purr and be like, no, give me your attention now. He's so jelly. He's so jelly of inanimate objects, of instruments. Anything I'm doing that takes my attention away from him, which is great. He's a good guy, dude. I'm glad he does as well as he does. He keeps me sane. This one's at about 600. Some Northern Lights distillate. You all have an amazing time. I know I am. Woo! How about it? Get dabs. Get dabs. I feel sorry for my life if I don't have cats and dabs. Dab cats. Dab cat. Alright. I knew that was going to happen. That's alright. Dab mats. Dab cat. Now I need a dab hat. Actually, I just saw the coolest hat. God, I can't remember what it was called, though. It's a mushroom hunter hat made out of a mushroom. God. I was distracted, but I saved everything, so I need to re-look up all this shit. Too much shit to look at, too little time. Cat dabs. Oh, yeah. That's cat dabs. Oh, God. What you are the Prince of Darkness? Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Do my bidding. Kill him. You all know who I'm talking about. Kill him. Kill him. All right. There's your next biz. Cats and dabs. No one is allowed in without a cat and a hat. Just spitballing. I think I don't know how to make it work. Maybe I could start an adoption center for stray cats. That's a no-kill shelter, and you can come by, hang out with me. We'll do dabs, hang out with cats, and you can take one home and give a forever home to cats. And we'll do cat dabs. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I could handle that much fucking responsibility of like taking care of sheltered animals like at a place. But if I could make it all work, that'd be great. I'd make the place all cool where they do those bridges for the cats along the ceilings, like tunnels everywhere. So it's like super fun for them. So I'll rehabilitate the cats to be kind of normal again. And then people can, so not just put them in a cage, although you probably have to. They're just spitballing. That does sound pretty cool, yeah. So you can come by. It'll pretty much be a house that's just turned into a giant cat house for cats, not human, not a human cat house. And then, yeah, rehabilitate cats, get them all normal, spaded, neutered, healthy. Maybe like, I don't know, do something, make it really fancy, have them all chipped. I don't know. It's a nice thought. Might be an excuse for me to just have a house filled with cats. You're like, this business isn't doing well. Doing dabs. I know, but there's so many kitties. There's so many kitties and dabs now. It's all right, right? I mean, if I was gonna fail, damn it, at least I failed at this. I failed doing at what I love. The cat population in Australia is insane. Anything brought to Australia destroys that little tiny island's ecosystem so much. I've heard rabbits, toads, or frogs, one of the two. Uh, now you're saying cats. Uh, they just aren't native of there, and they take over, dude. It's really bad. Sad too. I don't know, because of how we react to it and what we do is pretty bad too. Yep. Yep, that's what I was getting at before it happened. Yeah, I'm more of a New Zealander fan than Australia, to be 100% honest. Kiwi. Kiwi, mate. Sorry. No, no, I'm just joking. I've never been to either, but New Zealand, I mean, it's the Shire, son. How you not going to go to the Shire? It's not an unpleasant hole. It's a warm hole. Mostly dark. But when the light hits it just right, no, I'm just joking. I want to see Scotland. I want to see France. I want to see her independence. Um, it's really sad. Well, there's a lot of fucking like Aboriginal cultures, and I love travel, but it's hard for me to go some places. Let's just leave it at that. It's like we could be friends if you just stop doing what you're doing. Please, I just can't. I get it. I get it. I live such a pampered life. I have a very privileged life of not having to use live animals as furnace fucking fuel. Yeah, you know? So, um, but yes. um, damn it. I want to see everywhere. Good one. Good one. Hopefully, whatever I said, I hope that's good. All right. We, as in me and you, and the cat. Do we got a kitty? Do we have another kitty? Come here. Come here. Come here. You look like you just woke up. Come here. You look half asleep, dude. Come on. Come join us. Come on, you big poofy. You big poof. Quit yawning. Alright. Oh, I see. Random icy France. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. That's what I was figuring. It's funny. Travel is one of the big things I'd like to do. Travel's important. Or at least I've been told it is, and I haven't done it, so apparently it's something I need to do. I don't know. But you know what? These little guys make it really hard to travel, and that's not a bad thing. Part of what I was talking about, plants fall under that category too. They make it hard to leave. Like, if I go on vacation, dude, uh, who's going to come to my house at least 3 times a day to feed cats, take out their litter, do plant maintenance, like among some mushrooming maintenance as well. I'm like, dude, it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna fucking be able to leave. And then, like, my cats are so clingy. They act like they're not on this, but she's sleeping behind me. He's sleeping on the chair right here. It's actually right there. But yeah, so it gets hard. Fortunately, I'm a bit of a homebody. I like my house. That helps. The world is a big, scary place out there. And that helps. Stay inside as well. I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of keef on the bottom of there. Some sprinklage. Gypsy. I can't tell if waving. Hopefully all is well. I'm glad you're with us this evening. It's always better when you're here. I hope you're doing well. You, the family, your family's family, your family's family's family, which means all of us. Cat's here. He's doing well. He's my family. He's like my... he's my kid. He's got great hearing. He knows. Yeah. So, yeah, how you doing? For being 17, I think he's doing quite well. I'd say about 17-ish, give or take. Wish I knew. I'd have to really button it down. That'd be hard. Sandy says, hello, Gypsy. It's good to have everybody in the house. Was it 7:14? Sometimes I just start right now, huh? I have a lot of things I should be doing, but I'm not. I had a good weekend, great weekend. I have a positive view on everything right now, and that's, like I said, part of growing for some reason. Like I said, every time I start growing, things just start becoming more positive in my life. Like I said, if you do things for plants and nature, it sure seems like good things will happen to you. And there's two sides to that. You can look at that as the spiritual way of literally the plants are doing something back for you for what you do to them, the love you give them. It seems like all the love you truly give out does come back to you. And if you give love to a plant, it does transfer that back to you somehow. You can look at it like that. Or you can look at the total materialistic way of like, that's all bullshit. And there's no proof, no evidence. Plants don't feel, plants don't do shit. But they do set you up with a great rhythm of how to get up every morning, take care of something. There's responsibility. If you don't do it, it dies. You can make a lot of money if you harvest it, and you got to learn how to do it better than everyone else. It's a competition. You can look at it in different ways, but it does kind of better you as a person in some aspects. But even when you do it for a competition in those ways, you still are learning. I mean, you should be. It's really hard with plants to avoid the mystery, you know what I mean, of that feeling you get of taking care of something. Like I said, responsibility is a good way to look at it. But it's hard for me not to feel. I've harvested plants and been like, oh, it's such a beautiful plant. It really is. It's as pretty as any flower, you know. So especially when it's grown right, and like I said, you put your heart into it. But I've always noticed that good things start happening in my life, and whether that's because of a lot of different reasons. Also, you know, you become more positive when things are, I don't know, when I'm growing, that makes me happy. And I think that happiness transfers to the people around me. And yeah, I'm doing good. You should see the mycelial growth. It's going amazing. That bag that we mixed up, I'm about to show you guys. Gypsy, I love plants. Oh, fuck it. I have 10 purple pepper plants. You should plant 10 purple pepper plants in a pentagram and perform pagan pagan parties. Partake. All right. Anyway, partake in partake in pagan parties with your purple peppers planted in pentagrams while flipping off the pentagon. All right. Plants are great. Uh, Sandy, Michael Pollan wrote a book called The Botany of Desire. I should write that down. All about how plants change us as humans, or vice versa. Hell yeah. Uh, so yeah, I have always, someone really cool was talking about a gothic garden, and I was looking at different plants. You should check out voodoo lilies and bat flowers. You want to check out some cool looking plants. Voodoo lilies and bat flowers. That's some gothic looking fucking awesome plants. And Venus flytraps, all those are fucking amazing. I haven't had the best luck with them. But my goal is to have some really cool plants too. But those are all so toxic to cats that you shouldn't have them in near them. So all of those, everyone I mentioned. So my goal, I had some cat grass because I thought it was funny that I was growing cat grass. I'm like, I'm gonna do it again. I'm like, cat grass and some catnip, but this time I'm gonna grow it from seed in my own way, and I'm gonna because I was buying the planted cube of it at PetSmart, and it lasted for about 3 months, which is from what I heard, that's as good as anybody's expected to get. Maybe a little less, 2 months, 3 months, and the cats love that shit. And every time I'm at PetSmart, I think about buying more. But A, I'm like, I want to plant my own, and B, it always looks like it's already on the way out. So, but yeah, cat grass, catnip. I think that they would love that if I started growing that, and they'd be safe for them if they did eat it and attack it. Right now, my mycelial growth, where I'm at with my mushrooms, is so I've been doing just tons of research on my free time. The only thing I don't watch much TV, and what I do watch is mushroom stuff mostly right now, or pot stuff that I'm growing. You know, soon it'll be, if I was growing peppers, it'd be pepper stuff. You know, and just things I'm growing. Mushroom stuff, I'm having a little trouble with. So, Gypsy, my witchy friend, gave me the purple peppers. She's grown in the goth garden, all black and purple flowers and plants. Awesome. It's awesome. That is cool. I would love to do something like that, but it'd be hard. Although outdoor, I could do that outdoor. I should do it outdoor. I'm just always late, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I should set that up. That would be great. Um, so I want to plant a bunch of stuff outside, catnip and all that. But anyway, my mushrooms. Back to my mushrooms. Uh, so I don't know how many of you saw me mix up that rye in the bag last, was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know if anybody caught that. But it's doing surprisingly well. So I'm extremely glad with where that's at. My jars, my BRF, they're called PF because of Psilocybe fanaticus is the company that started the tech that uses BRF, which is a brown rice flour and vermiculite mix to grow as a mushroom substrate. So I knew all this shit from way back in the day. This time, I always thought the first time I grew mushrooms, I'm like, man, mushrooms are very picky, hard to grow, you know? But looking back at all the shit I did wrong and the fact that I still grew a couple mushrooms, it's shocking. It's shocking I got anything. They are an extremely resilient organism. Um, quite possibly a sentient organism that responds with how you react to it. When you start growing, it's almost like an experiment. You know what I mean? And the laws kind of dictate that the experiment changes upon the observer. And once you start getting into this weird ethereal place where you can't quite touch it, there's no connection there, but the fact that you're observing it and you're the one creating it, and it's a living organism that's super old, and it's not quite a plant and not quite an animal, and has properties unique onto itself on this planet, transfers its self through spores, which is a very alien way of reproducing yourself on this planet, and very handy if you need to get along long distances in really harsh climates, even like outer space. It just, you gotta keep a lot of possibilities open with these things. That's the key. It also could be just, a weird form of fucking shiitake that just makes you talk funny. Shiitake. Shiitake. I want to grow shiitake. I want to grow oyster mushrooms is my next one. The oyster mushrooms I'm looking at that I want to grow. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to get like but oyster mushrooms for sure, shiitakes. I just don't know how different they all grow. All these different varieties of mushrooms, and if I can just grow them in one fruiting chamber. Uh, I did a little upgrade to my fruiting chamber by just adding some more carbon dioxide exhaust venting holes inside of it. Gypsy, I really want to grow oyster mushrooms too. So thinking about getting a box of them. As everyone knows, you can just buy a box of oyster mushrooms. And what it is pre-mixed compost, whatever they're using, and I don't know exactly how it's inoculated. I want to buy one, and I should know, because the goal is I'm going to buy one of those boxes and take the mushrooms that I grow with it and take the caps and get some spore prints of fresh edible. I can guarantee I know what mushrooms those came from. You can just get a spore print from mushrooms at the store too. Find fresh mushrooms, get a spore print. But if you grow it your own, I think that'd be really cool. And I can kind of pick my own box. Obviously they're good. Oyster mushrooms, you can batter those and deep fry them, and they are just unreal. You can fucking do so much good shit with those. You can dice them up and fucking like hash brown them kind of, and again, unreal. They have a great crispy. They're unreal. Great. So I would like to get into that. Shiitakes are good. I would like to grow lion's mane because those are really good for health benefits and shit like that. So yeah. Hey Gypsy, scroll up to the chat and find out what I posted about earlier about Fungus Among Us. Yeah, that sounds really good. Yes. I need to remember that. I also finally checked out. I don't remember. So excuse me. Who was telling me to look up the Amanita Dreamer, and I looked at some of her videos and was watching that, and I'm very curious about certain things. Her videos are very, very long, and she's a trippy chick, really neat. I like her a lot. I just need time to either A, watch all that content, which is not a bad thing. I'm just don't have very much life left in me, in the sense that there's so much I have to watch that I'd need 2 lifetimes to finish it all. So it's overwhelming. I understand the idea of overwhelmment. I have so much to watch and so much information I'd like to take in that I can't take in any of it because it's too much. It's overwhelming. So, but Amanita Dreamer, I need to do that, or I'd just like to fucking talk to her. She seems like someone that wouldn't mind maybe doing a chat online with us. So that's not impossible. I've been thinking of different ways to do that. Shit, what could I do? I try to think of good ways though to make it look clean. When I start doing live, in order to do like put the screen of somebody while they're talking to me, do that type shit. Not impossible. You can do it, but my shit becomes so laggy. I mean, I don't know how laggy I am right now to be 100% honest. How clean, jumpy, like it's hard too because a lot of me is I don't respond quickly to your comments because I'm a little busy or I don't notice it or whatever. It takes me a second. So, but as soon as I do shit like that, put second screens on and shit like that, it gets really laggy. You're not laggy to me. That I can tell. That's good. With how quick I'm responding, yeah, I'm reading it now. So, which is good because as soon as I put on that software, shit gets real laggy. So the easiest way to do like an interview with somebody live on one of these would either to be take my laptop that I'm using to look at or whatever and put it behind me here so there's a screen and put them extended so they have their own screen up here. I could just do a speaker call and something like that. I don't know. It'd be really nice to have a screen up here so I could bring things up when we talk about it and have a moderator. Fucking, what is it? Is it Jamie from Joe Rogan? I actually haven't watched much Joe Rogan. I like the guy. I know I'd enjoy it. I just haven't watched it stuff except for interviews with people, and it's usually the person he's interviewing that I know. Not, but anyway, it'd be nice to have someone able to bring up stuff, pop it in the corner, and be like, "That's what we're talking about right now. Bring that shit up." Well, I wouldn't. You definitely can't say that now because that bit's been taken. Shit gets real laggy, and I can't multitask. I can barely single task. Like, I put my cats on their phone. All right, what we got? Oh yeah, if anyone wants to share cat stuff, cats, plants, I don't know, shit that'll make everybody happy. You can always send them to my Insta That, there's that little fucker. There we go. Sorry, Mike. Sorry, kitty. All right. There you go. Or babies. Like I said, anything that'll make everyone happy. Sandy, hey, you could do an interview with Frenchie Cannoli. I probably have to work my way up to Frenchie, although yeah, I went to one of his seminars, and me and him were definitely like two of the bigger stoners because we went out to smoke hash at every pop, which I don't see why everyone wouldn't. But a lot of people who went to that seminar, I thought were there, who owned hash companies, who are like, so, what's, I don't know. It just was a fucking, like, nightmare. A little bit. Actually, there were some great people, but it was 50-50. And I'm like, so I smoked at least 2 bowls of hash with Frenchie Cannoli out of his like super sick pipe that when you watch him do interviews and smoke hash all around the world, that's the pipe that he smokes. That's his personal one. I think it's a God, what's the name? Earl something or a Darby. I can't remember. He has a sick pipe, but he seems like a busy man with this whole what you call it though. He can't travel in the pandemic. An interview on here might be great, but like I said, I don't know the easiest way. Put them on speakerphone. If I just put somebody on speakerphone, we can hear them, hopefully. But oh yeah, so I guess I have a few photos I'll share if no one else wants to share. No one else wants to share any photos. I guess I'll share photos. All right. All right. So I can't really see it from there, but let's just go to okay. So there's it just refuses to focus. But anyway, those are the little baby crack babies. They're my little green crack babies. Green crack is the strain that they are. I don't think it'll come in any clearer. Here's another picture. There we go. There's my little crack babies. So, what else? Do we have any others? He's not a crack baby. Do we have any other pot shots? But that's the stage they're at. I was shocked how well they're doing, like as far as speed goes. So normally when I do clone, which I normally get, or even seeds, I use the rock wool that's seriously like that big. The cubes are that big. So by the time it pops out, I don't do it too deep, but by the time it pops out, it's a little tiny guy. By the time the roots come out, it's like that big. Like, seriously. And then the roots are fucking solid, and you can transplant as soon as the roots start coming out even a little bit. Bam, transplant. The little rock wool cubes I have are like that. So the seeds in them fucking like, they say transplant once the root's an inch long. I mean, like the little seedling's only that big, and like the root's already fucking an inch long. It's only been like less than a week. I'm like, holy shit. So I don't know, new things. Hopefully all goes well. All right, Justin. Hey, bro. It's Noli? Winoli? Wanoli? One lie? Sorry. Just seeing you live, so saying sup as I dab it up with you. Sounds good, buddy. What am I saying wrong here? Cannoli? No. Gypsy just sent me a picture. Thank you. Justin. Yeah, let's go with the fact that I'm a stoner, huh? All right. Well, we could spin the wheel of dabs, and I'll do a dab, which is what we got. Juan Lee, Con, That still doesn't work. Juan Lee, Juan, como es Juan? Como es Juan? All right, hold on. All right, there we go. There's a kid. That's good. All right. Cute kid. Put that right there. Yeah, anyone wants to share weed, pets, anything that makes us all happy, I'm always down with that. Cutest baby ever. I have to agree. All right. So, Quan, again, is it Quan? Is the silent K? Or is it Wan Li? Wan Li. Quan Li. No, Wan Li. It's just a game name, says Justin. Should be my account, but I'm on a different one. Affordable. Adorable. Made some wax from shatter. It looks great like butter, but I don't know how to share. So the way, if you would like to share, is if you're on Instagram's the easiest way. Is you can take a picture of it on your phone, obviously, share it on Insta, and then that's my name, Venom420 on Insta, and you can send it to me, direct message me, DM me. That's it, right? That's what the kids do these days. How many DMs I slide into. Okay, on the YouTube, to be honest. On YouTube. TBH means to be honest, right? To be honest. I don't know what else it means. But anyway, on YouTube, the best way to share on YouTube would be I have an email address through my account on YouTube, but then it'd be harder to send to you. Now, I don't Insta. I don't blame you. So you could email me. That's the only other way, and that would work. If you go to my homepage of my YouTube account, in my about information, there's an email address. You can send me pictures or videos, and I can share with it. So that is that. Which is just as hard as getting an Instagram account. But I don't blame you. Although Instagram, I just don't use it much, but I don't have a problem with it. It's mostly I look at really expensive glass I can never afford. couple dab stuff, shit like that. Really nothing, dude. Like, if I go through my Instagram, well, I just recently like joined like, or what, followed like 5 food pages. What we got? So family members stuck in traffic. A friend of a family member's dog. CBD company. Somebody who sells glass, sells glass, sells glass, sells glass. Bunch of dogs again. Pretty much animals, pot. The same things I wouldn't mind people sharing. Pictures of food, rainbows, rainbows touching down on houses. Yeah, yeah, that's horrible. I mean, it's not, but watching people, I don't know what the fuck that was, but it's horrible. What's it called? Setting bugs, like pinning them in positions on boards, especially that big ass bug and how many pins was in it. That was fucking insanity. Anyway, yeah, it's all glass, man. It's all glass. It's pretty cool. Glass is great. I should start blowing it, which might be one of my next things. On Insta, I Insta a lot. I like it better than Facebook. Well, I do use it pretty much more on Facebook. Uh, I don't really Facebook much. So if I go to my Facebook, which I do have one, I'm not against having one. I just don't post anything. So, uh, because mine aren't exactly friends. It's like, yes, glass piercing, glass auction. Again, food stuff. I am a part of a Doom Stoner Sludge Metal thing, and they share memes, pretty much mostly just memes of metal stuff. I have a friend who's very cool. I have a couple friends who do a lot of pretty politically. I let them do it. It's not, they can say whatever they want for me. Yeah. So it's all pretty much glass stuff. I'd say 90% glass that I'll never afford most of it. Why I do that to myself? I don't. So I noticed as soon as that started happening, I was looking at it for a while. Free thing, and it's convenient. Okay, hold on, I missed the top. All right. Yeah, it depends on what you do daily, I suppose. I'm home a lot, so I use Messenger. I've used Messenger once or twice, but no one wants to message me. That's a good way to get a hold of me, though, or send me the thing. So, but I make pics for the, or Facebook, I'm guessing. I make pics for the story thing, and that's convenient. And Facebook Messenger, if that makes sense. Yeah, again, I've only used that. I've used that as much as I've used the Instagram Messenger, which is, they're owned by the same people. Um, Robots. No, but I'm not against either of those things. I just don't post that much at all. I also have Instagram or Facebook pages for both the Symbiote and Purple Shark bands. I do. I just don't ever post. I think I recently got 1 follower. So thanks to you, whoever you are who probably accidentally pressed that button. But they're on Facebook. I just don't stay up with them. I thought about though, and the Purple Shark one, I thought about posting really cool water and sea related stuff because that really fascinates me. Psychological stuff, stoner, trippy shit. I just I just don't keep up with that. And then the metal one, I don't know, it's metal music. I should make more music. But that was one of my big things. To try to be more social. active, but in every way. Go see more people. Go hang out with people. Have a party at your house. Bring people to you. Go to them. Uh, yeah, and then be more on social media more. Be on everything more. Do more bands. Join bands. Play in bands. Audition for bands. Start bands. But this year sure had different plans for everybody, huh? Did for me. It said stay doing exactly what you've been doing the last decade. Just go inside, smoke pot, try not to think about the shit show going on outside. Not directly outside, but the craziness in the world. I felt that way long before all this. So. Billy Bone Thornton. Uh, did you see the little green crack babies? My little green crack babies? I've got green crack babies. I got 4, which is perfect. Hopefully they should be ready to transplant by next week. I planted them. I fucking didn't write it down. I should have wrote down everything. I was going to keep a journal. It's right here of everything I was going to do, every step of when I planted them, what I've been doing, when I start adding things, taking it away so I can remember and see what I like, see what I want to change. Yep, they're crack babies. Green crack. The strain is green crack. They're little tiny green crack babies. They just got their first set of real leaves. Do I have it on Insta? Yep, there's a picture of it on my Insta. Yeah, they're there. Good enough. It's on my Insta. Yeah, green crack babies are doing good. I hope. Uh, they look good. Great start. Yeah. The only one that it's funny. So I only needed 4. I planted 5 because I'm like, well, if one doesn't make it, whatever. They're feminized, so they should all be Billy Bong from seed. Yes, from seed. They're from feminized seeds because homeboy, after like a month, 2 months of fucking dicking around, finally said, you should probably just grow those seeds. I'm like, yeah, thanks. But he's cool. It's not all him. I was talking about there's a lot of like anxiety and issues and problems with not feeling okay, and I get that. So I'm like, dude, don't let me bug you or him, the person. And I'm like, just I got it. I got this shit. So feminized green crack, sativa strain, old school. Uh, I'm doing a little video. I should have videos on how I germinated it, how I'm going to transplant it, how I'm going to do the whole grow. So once it has like a medium point in growing, I can kind of have time to do everything. I don't know. Stay motivated. But they're doing okay. But there's some differences. I've never grown in such a small, little, tiny cube of rock wool. It's already rooting out, so I feel like I already need to transfer it. So, and then I've never grown with LEDs. So it's just all at once. I don't want to shock them and put them in there and kill them. One of the ones has an inch long fucking root coming out the bottom, but the fucking plant's only like an inch long itself. So it's like equally long from both sides of that little piece of rock wool. I'm like, God, that's so tiny. I hate to put it in a full size fucking hydroponic deep water culture system and just hope for the best. And I do have a 2-stage light LED, so it has a grow and a vegetative and a bloom stage. Normally, I just run them both, or that's what I've looked at. That sounds good. But when they're that small, I'm just gonna run the grow and have it really high up. And I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. It's still because every part of this is like new in a sense. I've grown, but I've never grown with feminized seeds. This is, as I say, the first time I've ever grown from seed to hydroponic without it being like an ebb and flow that didn't work out great for multiple reasons. I didn't like it. But so things change. All right, Justin, much respect, brother. I enjoy. Have a good night. Wait, much respect, brother. I gotta go. Sorry, it's hard to see that. Enjoy your night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, man. Todd, Aaron, ate some pizza. Yeah, everyone's rubbing in how they went and ate, and I'm still hanging here, hanging out. Dude, I spent like 6 to 8 hours cooking yesterday in my house. Over the last 3 days, I've cooked like 5 mega meals. I still have to finish rolling sushi as soon as I'm done. I should probably call it a decently early night. Mickey D, they're pretty awesome. What are pretty awesome? Pizza. But I cook so much food, and then I freeze it, and I have I like fucking what? 6 times. I got like over 24 frozen meals in my fucking shit. Oh, they're pretty awesome, the plants. Thank you. They're doing good. So, so there's a little things that I'm not sure about how I want to do that. A lot of things could still go wrong. So my mycelium. Let's talk about mycelium. How's your psyllium? My psyllium's covered with posters because I don't have enough walls apparently. But no, my mushroom grow. The beginning stages of the mushroom grow, because I am by no means a mycologist or know shit about shit, but I want to start learning more. But I do know enough that I have fully colonized mycelial growth on my PF cakes, which are just these little cakes that you grow mushrooms off of. But I had it in my terrarium for fruiting for what, fucking 2 weeks. That cake might not be any good for multiple reasons. I've learned that you should keep them in the jar for much longer than I kept it in. So I probably won't birth the next ones for maybe 2 weeks at the most. So that's the difference. I've already had that one birth for 2 weeks. The rest of them are going to wait 2 weeks from now. So yeah, I mean that's a 4-week difference that I did them too early. Also, I did not do the dunk. So when you take them out and birth these cakes that you've grown in these jars, you take them out and dunk them in water to let them soak up. I've never done that, and apparently I'm gonna try that because I have had no luck without doing that. Time, patience, dunk and roll. Because I'm also gonna roll in vermiculite, shit like that. So, but I went to. I found, I have humidifiers, and I went and saw a decent. I'm gonna make a new fruiting chambers. What I'm gonna say, I'll make a video of it. It's a Martha tent is what they're called. If you want to look them up, and I'm gonna make mine my way for as cheap as I can, and the way I'm gonna make it. So, uh, yeah, hoping for the best on that, and upgrade it piece by piece as it goes. But I don't know how many of you saw me mix up the bag of mycelium last week. Raise your hand if you saw. So, not many of it. So I mixed up my bag of mycelium and that dirt. It might have been 2 weeks ago. Is that why you don't remember? No, but so I mixed it up and it's doing pretty fan-fucking-tastic. But what I've learned is be patient. Patient, patient. So, yeah, that's doing really good. It's almost a fully colonized brick now. If you remember, the front of the rye berries had just colonized this giant bag of compost, and I mixed it all up together. Now it's almost completely colonized that whole brick of dirt. It still needs to get to the bottom and finish off, but I'd say, again, within 2 weeks, when I birth those, I'll be able to birth that. I'll have my Martha tent up, and we'll be shrooming. We'll be shrooming soon. And then one of my next musical projects I'm thinking about doing is then be a doom project, slow metal doom, and it's going to be called maybe like the Doom Shroom, or have it very shroom related, slow, sludgy, doom, psychedelic mushroom music, and take pictures of all my grows at the cover of the album. So that will be it. I'm thinking about doing that for. Plus, I really like. I go in and out of what I'm into, and I really like the slow, doomy, sludgy, slow stoner rock stuff right now. Other metals, everything else, but still. So I think that'd be really cool. I'll bust out the mycelial block for you, although I don't. With all this light, it's in a plastic bag. It's hard to see. I hate to bust it out, but. All right. Mickey D, I would love to learn how to make lo-fi. It's a genre of music. Yeah, so I make a lot of trap beats, although I was making them before I realized that you just call them trap beats. But I was just making, that's more the sound of music I make when I do it. There's ways of like doing that into lo-fi. It's a lot of sampling and a lot of doing it with a lower bit rate and shit like that. They have plugins that can make it sound like that, or you can literally export a finished thing in a really low quality and re-record it in. There's a lot of cool stuff. Like a slow hip hop and jazz combo. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, it's that there's a lot of sampling, and the way they do it is really cool. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's pretty chill. Doomy Shroom. Doom Shroom. Da Shroom. I'm thinking Doom Shroom, the Doom Shroom, and have like maybe a picture of some shrooms, or maybe you have a picture of like a shroom that kills you, since it's the Doom Shroom. I don't know. Anyway, some idea with mushrooms and Doom music. I'm thinking about making it about a concept album about this crazy concept of the world having gone to hell and everything falling apart, and I don't know, kind of like everything that's happening right now. No, and I don't know, call it like Welcome to Doomtown or something. Yep, Doom Shroom. I have a pic of The Rock, but his muscles are shrooms. That's a weird. That's really weird. Uh, that movie was okay. Which movie? I don't know what movie. What movie did I miss? All right. So it's 8:01. Phi 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 Fum. I have a cat here. Thy wilt by will be done. Oh, the movie Doom with The Rock. Well, there's the connection. There's the segue. I fell off those ones. Anyway, bless you. Um, yeah, you think it would be okay, right? Doom, the video game, was kind of cool. Uh, I would hope that they did a good job, but whatever. I don't have high expectations for anything anymore. It keeps you pleasantly surprised. But I heard it was okay. heard the new games are good. The new Doom games, the last like 3 that came out, or 2 or 1, I don't know. The newer ones. All right, based off the game, there is a new Doom game coming out. Okay, and I heard even the last one was pretty good, and people are excited about the new one. Or maybe that's what they were talking about. Doom's okay. I played the Doom 64 a lot. That's a fucking hard game. It gets really hard. Yeah, you're kidding. Yeah, is there no? What? 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 Yeah, come here. What? What's wrong? What's wrong? Trouble with the milk? Come here. Is there trouble with the milk? It's like she just woke up from a bad dream. All right. All right. So what does that even mean? Hey man, have you heard about who took guns of 4 cops in Germany? Who took guns of 4 cops off, probably 4 cops in Germany? Who took guns off 4 cops in Germany? A preacher, a rabbi, and a detective? A bartender? No, I haven't heard. With a bow. Hawkeye? An evil archer of some type? Nikki D, load and bowl. Moon rocks on the top. Let's do that. Let's smoke a bowl, everybody. Bowl sounds good. I am going to smoke up that whole thing. A dragon bowl. It's time to smoke out of the dragon. It's Puff, the magic dragon. And we're going to puff out of Puff, the magic dragon. How convenient. All right. Billy Bong and Venom. That's how you spell it fancy. Isn't Venom like a gear? Like I see some type of training gear shit with that stuff. Anyway. All right. Let us. Oh, I'm sorry, Cat. Are you losing valuable FaceTime? Everyone wants to see the cat. There's a kitty. Yeah, there's a cat there. Who wants to see my ugly mug with a kitty there? Kitty there. There's a kitty there. All right. You need a little Puff the Magic Dragon bong, no joke. All right. To match this, yeah, it doesn't match anything, but I just like the bowl. And he's a little puff. Whoa. He's being a little jerk. All right. Mickey D, I saw some honey hiker tonight. I got some. I saw some honey hiker in the night from the bushes. That got dark. No, I got some. I got some honey hiker tonight. It's a sativa. I went a lot better than I thought it was going. No, I'm just joking. That's awesome. Honey hiker. It's kind of a good name. I have some Outlaw OG. It's Outlaw. That's right. Outlaw. And it's actually pretty good. For once, the place I go to, it's really good. So here's to the outlaw in all of us as I smoke this Outlaw OG with the only true outlaw, the original badass, Ziggy Stardust. The original badass. He's also a space cat. All right, Billy Bong, I got my transplants in the ground today. 5-gallon pots went in. That's good to know. Okay, almost flower season. Yeah. All right, a couple questions. Is that outdoor? have I seen your grow? I should look at your page now if you post that stuff. First off, outdoor. Second off, how tall do you grow in a 5-gallon pot? Because I was looking at 7-gallon when I was, and I thought, but I was online. I should have looked at them at a grocery store and checked them out more. But I'm like, that won't work. So, outdoors, that's cool. And about how tall can you get a 5-gallon pot outdoor? How tall can you get the plant? How big do those get? Because I'm thinking about indoor. I'm like how many gallon pot do I need to grow a certain size? Because hydro, I try to get a pretty big pot, so my instinct is go with a big pot growing soils. I'm like, I need like I said, I was looking at 7s. Sees 5-6 feet outside. Yeah, that's crazy. If you look at Mendo Dope, they do crazy shit. What was it? It's like 500-gallon fucking grow tent bucket. It's crazy. One of those. It's a tarp bucket. It's insane. I wouldn't mind going outside. All right, Billy Bong, 1 foot per gallon. Okay, so that's a good way to look at it. So I definitely did not need 7-gallon buckets. And with LEDs, although I've heard this arguable, but for the most part, you should have at least about 36 inches. 30 is a solid number, I'd say, 30 to 36. So, I mean, it's pretty far away, dude. So I can't grow it from my ceiling because I don't have high-rise fucking ceilings where I'm growing. So I'm like, and my grow tent is 6 feet. So if I'm losing it there, and then my fucking deep water culture buckets or whatever medium they're growing off is almost a foot off the floor, I'm gonna have to do pretty quick harvests, which might work out in my favor because I plan on having one room which I can grow really tall plants on, so I can keep a long vegetative spate, so I can keep taking clones off of that, putting that directly in my clone dome, keeping that thing filled periodically as much as possible. And then I just hope I really like this green crack I'm fucking growing, because I plan on fucking cloning it off and smoking it a lot. All right. Billy Bong, 7-gallon, you can get about a half pound outside. See, oh yeah, I've had good luck with shit like that too. What does that even mean? Can I ask you to review a song? Yeah, I mean, is it your song? I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a listen. Why are you making so much noise? Yeah. So I got it loaded. We are going to spin the wheel of dabs, take a dab. Then I'll probably cash out another bowl, and then I have to make sushi like a well, we'll see how it goes. We got 10 people on. We'll have our thing. What does that mean? It's Russian, but it's special artists. Like I said, I'm not against giving things a listen every now and again. So you can always send me a link. The easiest way to send me a link is either through my Instagram, which is the same as my name on here, or if you go to my YouTube channel and my About page, on my About page, there'll be information on a email address that you can send to. So you have to jump through those hoops, but then I'm down. There you go. Bowl. Let's do a bowl. Who said they were smoking a bowl? Mickey D? Mickey D? All right, where's my lighter? I guess we're going to be using this. All right. Cheers, everybody. Hopefully everyone's doing as well as I am. You guys help that a lot. So thank you. My goal is to go to a bunch of shows, as soon as I can. I'm going to fucking rock the shit out of fucking Colorado as far as shows. I'm going to travel the shit out of this fucking place, this whole goddamn world, as far as festivals and shit like that. So you will all be invited in the sense of we're all going together. That's the goal. Until then, thanks for hanging out with me here. Billy Bog, check out my channel tomorrow. I'll have a video of the transplant. Will do. Sounds great. If you want to leave a link or a name for everybody, please do. That would be great. So I'm down. Worst comes to worst, you know, you can always remind me next week because I'm always forgetting shit. Oh, geez, son. Whew. There's that pop. Good call. Good on it. So transplants. That sounds awesome. Final homes. I take it that's fucking always fun. Growing, like I said, has always done me well in more ways than I can express. It helps me out mentally and physically by keeping me on a schedule and a pattern. It keeps me sane by having something to care about. You know, it's nice. Cats do that too. For me, pets in general. If you're a good pet owner, you're on a good schedule of taking care of them. So, whew. All right, we're spinning the wheel of dabs, and then we're dabbing out whatever the wheel spin lands on. Oh, that was a pussy ass fucking spin. What we got? That was close. That was close. It was almost a 6-footer. Instead, we got the free choice. And when the choice is free, it's all on me. What are we picking? We are picking Slim Pickens. Oh, come on. We'll go with him. When in doubt, don't fuck about. All right. Cheers, Mickey D. Cheers, everybody. We're doing dabs, even though all my distillate fell off. My distillate fell off. All right. We're dabbing. We be dabbing. Each and every day. We be dabbing. All right. I don't think that that's the safest thing to do, but I sure do it. I just smoked Outlaw OG, son. Never said I was safe. All right. Right. Billy Bong. Man, I got drunk on the Lake Horton. Did you hear who? Man, I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up, son. I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up, son. Fucking up. Just guab it and gwab it. You need to gwab it, and dwab it. Cheers. Oh, yes. I love that Northern Lights distillate. One of my favorites. It's definitely one of those things I enjoy. All right. Billy Bong. Got drunk on Lake Horton, Huron. Huron? 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 Huron last night. It had to drive back to Michigan this morning. Ooh, that is a little bit of a fucking, a little bender on it, huh? Doesn't sound terrible though, does it? All right. What does that even mean? Every time I see that, I'm like, I don't know. What does that even mean? Uh, from where I come, you get slapped if you make so seriously face. Get smacked if you make a serious face. Yeah, if you look like you're pissed off, you get smacked. You get tested. You're gonna look serious. You smacked in the face serious. Billy Bog. You could see Cedar Point across the lake. Huron. Right? Huron? I don't know why, but like it looks like H and the U is just doing a weird letter, that a sideways S I've never seen before. Is that we took too long. It's 8:20, so my lights just went off on the shrooms, although they're not a big deal. Light isn't a huge thing, but I'll leave them alone. I'll take a vote. No, I was gonna say, anyone want to see my mushrooms? Just joking. They're doing their thing. I'm thinking in the next couple weeks they'll be good. I want to do some videos about the shroomage, but again, it's more like an update video than how to, because this is like I'm trying different things. Right now, I have one of my cakes soaking in water overnight to hopefully rehydrate it, because I never did that in the first place. I also waited till the second that it was fully colonized and took it out. One thing about plants, sometimes pot will not give you this luxury or this lesson, but they will teach you patience. Things take a minute. They don't happen overnight. Although, sometimes with pot, my fucking little seedlings fucking had some pretty fucking fast growth. Some amazingly fast growth. Hey, you're okay. I know I shouldn't be doing that shit where I'm doing it. I got air circulating, but hopefully it got away from me. Should have done that in the lowest setting too, so it doesn't have resistance and do that back spray shit. But we're good. We're having a night of it. All right. What's up, cat? What up? Word up. All right. Billy Bong. Mushroom. All right. I'm going to bust out. I'm so proud of how this mushroom block is going. I want to show you guys. It's not growing anything, but it's colonized. So it's probably nothing to see. It's dark. And the problem was with all this light, it just looks like a bag. It just reflects too much. But the mycelial growth is good. I give it 2 weeks. So not next Saturday. And that's crazy because it should have been done by now, to be 100% honest. But I learned that the type of mushroom I am growing, which is B plus cubensi. No, it's just B plus, which, God, what was it? Oh, they say that the name pretty much stands for big plus because it's one of the biggest growing mushrooms of its type. So I didn't exactly get it for that reason. I got it because I heard it's one of the easiest to grow. I also heard, and this was weird, so I heard it was the best one for your stomach if you have trouble digesting mushrooms and it fucks with your stomach. But then I looked at it and some people say it's the worst for your stomach. So I'm like, and it's even. It's even. It's either the best or the worst, which tells me it's probably exactly like every other one where it's hit or miss every time. I don't know. So, but it is a notoriously long-taking incubation process to get that to start and finish and start fruiting as well once it's in a terrarium. Sometimes like 2 to 3 weeks to start, and then it just goes overnight. But I'm trying some different stuff because it's been well over 2 to 3 weeks now. I shouldn't have done that. I birthed it too soon. It was very hard to get out. But I have 6 more of those PRF jars, and I have that brick going great. I'm going to start a Martha tent, show how I build that, and did it for fucking 30, 40 bucks, something like that. Like, very cheap, actually. Like, I mean, you could do it for, especially if you take a visit to like a thrift store and get a humidifier on, for very cheap. It gets cheap, so. All right. Billy Bong, are you going to dehydrate it when it's done, or will that, when it's done, will that preserve it, or do you let them dry out? So you can definitely use I forget what that product is called. It's probably like, but anyway, it's a little expensive, but you can put it in a Tupperware, separate it. It's like the shit that takes evaporation out. You can dehydrate them. You can just put them on a plate, let them dry, and flip them maybe once or twice. I know people who dry them, powder them, put them into the capsules because you buy emptied capsules online, and they just pack them so you can just take pills of mushrooms for microdosing, or you can take a bunch and fucking trip out on them. And I plan on doing almost all those things. And I plan on having a consistent supply by reasonable amounts to do those things. Also, I would like to make blue juice. If you look up blue juice mushroom drink, any mix of words in that stuff, it's a way of extracting the psilocybin just using ice cold water. And I have some ideas how to get the water like even colder and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I want to try and get it like to the point. I don't know. I have a bunch of different ideas because you can freeze it. So so here's the thing. You can take fresh mushrooms, dice them up, and when you touch a mushroom, you bruise it, it turns blue. So and that's usually a sign of the psilocybin in that mushroom. Blue bruising mushrooms are magical. Psilocybin, psilocin containing fungi. And so you dice them up, put them in ice cold water, let the blue psilocybin laced juice extract into the ice cold water, and people can do it in different ways and then concentrate it down a little bit. You can get some really blue looking liquid. Uh, Other people say to freeze the mushrooms, so you break all the capillaries in the mushroom. Rather than dicing it to get it blue, you bruise all of it all at once. You get really blue mushrooms, right? So I'm like, well, what if you put the mushrooms in a container that's okay to freeze, right? Like a plastic one. I don't know what that is. And then freeze the mushrooms in the water, bursting them there, then letting them, so you're doing all kind of two things at once. So I have an idea to make blue juice my own way, and I want to do that, experiment with that, because watching it, I'm like, I have an idea. Just like making a Martha tent. I'm like, oh, well, I know how I'd like to make mine, and I'll show you how I make my Martha tent. But I might make, just like my grow right now. Right now, I might do some update videos of like, hey, this is how it's going. This is how I germinated this one. Grow one. And eventually, once I get my system down a little better, I might do like how I germinate. How to videos are the best way to get views and get more people on here and get more people talking. So, because that is kind of what my goal is. Because this has been a pretty successful way of making friends and being social and yada yada yada. Especially, I didn't realize that I'm glad I was doing it. It's been a long time of me doing this stuff. So for me, doing it like over a year is a long time. I haven't been live streaming quite that long, but it's getting close. So also about I know people who prefer to powder it. Always dry the mushrooms out, powder them, either pill them, even if you pill them, either way, pill them or just keep a bag filled of that powder and then put it in the freezer. And apparently it's good forever. Now, learning about cold water and psilocybin extraction, that makes me wonder, but you just have to make sure it's really, really dry. Vacuum seal them, put them in a fucking freezer. At least a year shelf life. Done like that. With vacuum sealed, crushed, dried, it should be that. I want to do different stuff. I know I've heard theories that some of the first ways of fermenting and making mead was because they were trying to preserve foods like mushrooms used for psychedelic reasons. They're preserving them. The fermentation of the mead became an alcohol, and eventually the mushroom became harder to get, and the mead stuck around. So I don't know. All right, everyone, this is the bowl, and then I'm going to bed. I actually have to make sushi rolls for like the next probably 30, 40 hour. And I'm going to make like 50, 60 sushi rolls. I'll fill up a tub like that of sushi rolls and eat a ton of them. I cooked for so long yesterday I couldn't eat. So, cheers, everybody. Have an amazing night. You're all amazing people. Can't wait to hang out with you again soon. We'll be smoking, joking, toking, hoping. Popping bowls. Good on you. Till next week, we'll see you soon. I wish you all well on the endeavors you are currently taking place in. I hope you and your loved ones stay safe. Don't forget that the world is still an unsafe place at the moment, and you need to take precautions, not only for yourself, but for the people that you don't know. You know, I think these times and places are showing just how many fucking sociopath, how our culture uh, rewards that type of behavior, sociopathic behavior. So, at times. Anyway, stay safe. I care about all you. I'll see you next week. Smoking. Token. Having a good night. Sandy, good night. And check out that Fungus Among Us video. South California. I'll look it up right now. Hold on. I don't have that many. Waves. Come on. California Academy of Science. YouTube page. Virtual Nightlife. Night School. So Night School, Fungus Among Us. Sounds good, bud. Everybody have an amazing night. I will see you. Seriously, take it easy. Keep it. Later.